should hear now.
I
think that's
Okay.
better.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we good.
Good?
Okay. Yep,
Awesome.
we good.
Sweet. Okay. I can also. Oh, hello. I need to oil my mic boom arm here because that thing just squeaked really loudly. I don't know if it picked up, but it was really loud.
It peaked.
It sounded distant.
Yeah, that was the squeaking joint of my boom
small
arm,
squeak.
which apparently I
Yeah.
need to oil.
Mine's
Um,
bad too.
All right, we in it to win it here tonight.
We're just all sorts of messed up tonight.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
as you guys are back there, he does the funeral. Can I get? Unfortunately, Chris isn't in here yet, so
I am.
Once he gets, oh, you're in here now.
Well,
Okay.
I just need the map.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, I was literally just trying to open my Word document, and it was like, you don't need your notes.
Backstory? Nah, don't need those things.
All right, so check, ready, yes, dice rolling.
Yes. So
D&D.
Yes. So I need from all of you need some perception checks. Mikhail, you can do advantage because smell would function in this. Ooh, who has the
Oh,
black dye
boy.
with the orange? That's
It's me.
cool. That's awesome coloration.
I also got
like
on that
it.
20.
Oh,
I got the opposite of that.
somebody just rolled a nat one.
I see
See, you
everything
and I are
tonight.
about to figure out something.
We are going to see all the things.
All right. So Throsta and Zila, you would notice that as the funeral is coming toward the end, you see a shape in the mist that looks like a man standing there, just off to the side at the funeral. I need to roll to see if he's Mark and Irina.
I would like to nudge Zophie and then cock my head towards the direction of the person.
I'll quickly just speak out. What are we expecting guests in this funeral?
Are you-
Not great.
Doesn't sound
Oof.
like it.
Oof. Oh,
They
no.
both rolled 8s.
Uh,
Just like the other
That
day,
is
they both rolled
scary.
4s, and then they rolled 1s and 2s. They can't roll above a 10 for any of their stuff.
They're so alike, the siblings.
That's rural.
That's wild.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
starting to think they aren't adopted. Like, she's not adopted. They're just blood related at this point. Like, she would hate
They're so
Christmas.
similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
They are far more than I think that their characters would ever admit to each other.
Yeah.
At least the way I'm rolling with them.
Incredible.
Yeah, so you see a man standing over off to the side, and he has a dog with him.
We have a dog.
Where is our dog?
Next to me.
Oh,
Our
okay.
dog's next to him.
It's
We
been
have a
here the whole time.
dog.
Yeah.
That dog is not a familiar. It doesn't get a character
It
sheet.
just exists next
Dog.
to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it just exists.
It is our
I'm not-
pet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Nah.
So yeah, I reiterate.
Not gonna-
Are we expecting any guests at the funeral, or is that person not supposed to be here?
Father Donovich says, well, what was his voice? I need to give him a normal voice. All I had was a scratchy voice last time. but-
Not a horse voice.
Very
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
his
very
voice isn't-
hoarse.
Yeah, but his voice wouldn't be as bad now because you gave him food, you gave him water, like he's drank, like he's been up, like his voice wouldn't be as hoarse now. So now I gotta think of what his actual voice would sound like.
A horse.
Old man
horse.
Barovian.
Old man.
He's not an
Barovia.
old man though. He's only in like his 40s.
He looks older than he actually is.
Older
He
than
looks a
me.
lot
Yeah.
older
Wow.
because
Person
Barovia,
of life was hard.
it looks yeah.
Barovia.
Borovia's life is hard. He looks a lot
This
older than
life
he
is
is.
rough.
Look,
Uh,
everyone looks about
you've
10
kind of
years older
seen how
than
these
they are.
people are day to day. At least the ones that you've seen probably look far older, except for Irina and Ismark. They look relatively okay, but
They're
everyone
young
else
and
does
hot.
look a
They're
lot
allowed
older
to
than they
be.
normally are.
Everyone else is old.
This place
I mean,
ages you. Got it.
yeah.
Mikhail is only 12.
And yet
Inside
somehow,
check on that. No, I'm just kidding.
um,
Inside.
he goes, so he goes, well, I wouldn't be surprised. He was the burgomaster of the city. Would not be uncommon for a person to attend his funeral. I am going to have her.
Okay, so totally normal thing is totally normal.
I need to see what is your all right, so Irina will look over. I need a roll to see. She's gonna look. She looks over to try to see. She can figure out who it is. Because she's the only one of the two that would potentially recognize him, and she doesn't have a clue. She does not recognize. Ismark is not paying much attention. He was digging the grave, and he's now standing there. He looks over to the person. He doesn't recognize him either. So neither of them recognize this person.
Okay. Well,
He's just gonna stand there like a
Yeah.
creep.
it's a funeral.
Mikhail, is that
Distance.
concerning to you?
A little bit, isn't it, to you?
Yeah,
Just
I'm concerned.
standing in the distance like that.
That's a lot.
Seeing the dog,
Mm-hmm.
can I just I know I failed my perception check. Smell around a little bit. Does it smell like a dog?
Sure, you can give you a perception check. You can do it with scent. It'll be at higher DC. Okay, well, beat it. My higher DC was 17, so you beat it.
Ayo.
Hell yeah.
I'm rolling a 17. I'm not that good at
yeah.
perception.
So it's not a werewolf, but it does smell like a wolf.
Wolf, though. Yeah, that's
it
what
is a wolf.
All right.
That is standing next to, or a wolf dog, so something in that same
Something
vein of
wolfish, more wolf
yeah.
than dog in a way that might be
Yes,
concerning.
yeah,
Okay.
it definitely smells more feral, I guess would be a good way of putting it.
Who knows? Yeah.
Unclean.
And if you look at it, like the dog that you guys have, it's a brown mutt, but it's a bigger dog. Like you think of not like German Shepherd or Greyhound size, but think of like a what I'm looking for, like a lab. So not a massive dog,
Like pretty big.
but it's not a small dog. It's not like a little ankle biter. It's a decent sized dog. So, and this dog is bigger than your dog by a decent margin.
All right. Interesting. Well, I'm just gonna keep an eye on that.
Same.
As the father continues, Irina and Ismark on occasion look over, and they see that the man is still just standing there on the outside, observing the funeral.
Menacingly.
And the the uh, the wolf or wolf-like creature is sitting, like, just sitting next to him, perfectly fine, perfectly calm. And so the funeral lasts probably a good half an hour, 45 minutes of the father giving prayers to the morning lord. Irina and Ismark do short little prayers of their own. And then it wraps up with Ismark, filling in the dirt above his father. And Father Donovich says that he will send to Valaki to have a headstone made for the burgomaster. As they knew he had passed, but they didn't know the burial arrangements or anything of that matter, so he didn't have one prepped because Mark forgot. And so he will send word to Valaki, to the coffin maker and a funeral person there to have a headstone crafted for the burgomaster. But once that is completed, Donovich goes, is there anything else that you require of me?
Zila's just keeping a stare back at that person in the mist.
They're still just standing there observing.
And she's observing them right back.
If you can get some rest tonight, please do. You will look very tired.
I will attempt to do so. I appreciate the concern.
And don't forget to try out that good Betty for your son down there in the basement. I don't know if it'll work, but
Be careful.
hopefully it helps.
If it
I
is safe to do
will,
so.
Yes, I will have to wait probably some time until he rests. As currently he is far too active. And with that, he kind of, does like a little head bow toward Irina and Ismark, and makes his way back toward the church, leaving the group of you standing out in the cemetery by the grave. And Irina and Ismark, by this point in time, I should make note of this. By this point in time, you're getting closer toward came down. It was about 9:15. You were there for a couple hours. It was about noon. Came up here, had the interaction. It's probably closing in about 4 or so in the afternoon by this point in time. After everything's been said and done so far, 4:30, somewhere in there. So again, while sun is not shining, very much at all in Barovia, especially as the day gets on, it gets darker a lot earlier than you think it would, just because of the constant cloud cover and fog. It's not dark, but as it was the day before, once you start getting closer to 5 to 6 o'clock, it starts getting dark, much like we do in the winter, where it starts getting darker earlier and earlier. It's even though when you guys would have left, it wouldn't have been necessarily that case yet. It is very much so here, where as you get closer to between 5 and 6, you start getting much darker very quickly.
Okay.
So you imagine you probably have 45 minutes to an hour before it gets dark.
Well then.
And Irina and Ismark will they'll come up to you guys, and Ismark will go, friends, I appreciate the assistance burying my father. Um, would you are you going to be staying the night here again?
I believe we are.
Most likely. Best not to start traveling the roads at night. Or even too close to it.
We can wait one more night before we travel onwards, I believe. Yeah.
All right. Well, we return to the tavern. I will treat you all to some food and rest.
Oh, you
I will
shouldn't
cover
have. Oh,
Very kind indeed.
that.
Many thanks.
And yeah, I will treat you to those things, and we can talk and enjoy some food and beverage.
oh yeah, I want to apologize for jumping up on your father's coffin there. I'm not from around here. I don't know customs, courtesies.
It is fine. It is already happened. It is at the end of the day. It was a piece of wood. Uh, Um, I understand. Not everybody follows the same customs. It is not unusual for those who come through the mists to have odd customs about things.
Very well.
So,
I'm not even sure what my customs are. But I can tell you more about that after a drink or two.
interesting. And Irina gives you this kind of puzzled look, like I don't. She's still not quite used to seeing a rabbit of your size and talking and walking around and interacting.
In classic
it's
Mira fashion, smile.
Smile.
Mm.
it is. She is still like it's not. It's not a look of like. It's a look of confusion, but of like a curious confusion. Like this thing is interesting. This person, this thing, I don't know what to call it. Like she's not sure. And so it's just like it's a curious confusion. Like I think it's so fascinating.
I feel like the same
And
could be shown to the rest of the party.
This is not just Arena, this is all of us.
yeah.
At least me. I don't know
Um,
about the other people, but
but yeah, so um so I don't know go, yes, that sounds like a good idea. We should treat them. And Ismark says, yes, come, you will we will take you to the tavern and see to it you get some food and rest.
Are we currently walking towards the tavern as we're talking, or are we just like
No,
deliberating
this was
around
this
the...
was you guys were kind of standing around. He was trying to gauge what you guys were wanting to do.
Okay.
He wasn't going to make you guys walk all the way back to the tavern if you guys were going to be leaving. So he was kind of
Okay.
gauging what you guys were wanting to do.
Okay, just wanted to
But now you
know.
guys are welcome. Start making your way back toward the tavern if you so choose. The person who was watching is still standing there, just watching you guys now. But still off in the mist, and fog and obscured from view. You can see the outline of them, but that's about it.
did they move like at all, or are they just like still, like
Nope,
almost like not even alive looking?
They just stood there.
Interesting.
As far as you can tell, I mean, they're far enough back that you just see a silhouette. So whether they were moving arms or anything like that is hard to tell. Like they might have had arms crossed and fidgeted or something like that. You don't know that for sure, but
Could I just
But,
for fun try to like have my owl familiar drop down for me, kind of perch up on a gravestone and just kind of stay behind? I'd like to just check in periodically through his eyes and see if I see him doing anything as we're starting to walk away.
Yeah, you only have 100-foot range. It's not an infinite range.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? For the 100 feet, like, let's see if he does anything.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Sure. So you can tell the owl to go kind of a light on a gravestone. Which these gravestones, they're called stones. A lot of them are made of wood. They're not full stones.
Brave Woods.
There are a few that are stones. But a lot of them are made of wood. You like the ones that are stone are fairly nice and designed fairly well. The ones that are wood are basically just their name carved or stamped into the wood. You imagine it probably has to do with how much money that person had, as to whether they can afford to have the stone done or just a piece of wood to recognize them. And you also imagine that there's probably some that have nothing.
The damage that happens in the church, it's not in the graveyard at all?
No.
Okay.
There is no damage to the graveyard itself. It is only to the church. And you did notice, like, the inside was fairly destroyed of the church. The pews and things were destroyed of the church, but the claw marks and the burns and all that stuff were all on the outside of it.
Okay.
The inside just looked like it had been destroyed by something. So you guys can make your way back down towards the tavern.
I would like
Um,
to have my character just periodically check behind us, just looking at, ignoring the owl situation entirely. She's just gonna
Yeah.
continuously like look behind every so often.
and as you do, you so you'll turn and look and you'll see them there, and once you get probably about that 50 or 100 feet away, you no longer see anything there.
I'd like to do this on the entire way back to the tavern.
Certainly.
At some point, like once we're just past the graveyard, I'm gonna like kind of elbow her in her like shins or whatever and be like, "Oh yeah, I've got my familiar following us and tailing us. I need to look through his eyes every so often. I'm gonna grab your shirt and have you pull me along. I hope you don't mind. I won't be able to see while I look through my familiar's eyes."
Okay.
Cool. And with that, I would like to check in with the owl as kind of nearing the 100-foot range.
You would, but once you reach that nearing 100-foot range, you do not see the figure anymore. It is gone.
I don't see the figure anywhere where the graveyard is, but I'm gonna have the familiar tail us about 100 feet back and periodically check once more. And
So,
with that
all right,
telepathic looking at it.
yeah, certainly. And you can do that, and you and Zila can be watching around, looking around. You do not see anybody tailing you, any signs of a person following you, nothing.
That's fuck,
Okay.
man.
I
I
didn't
am
see
not sure if that
anything,
is
did
better
you?
or worse to not have somebody following us.
So you guys can then get to the tavern. As you walk in, you see a different bartender. This bartender is a kind of short and kind of rotund gentleman. He's just barely peeking over the bar. He's fairly short. Still taller than Harrigan, but
Oh, I don't see him.
no, actually, you can't from your angle. You can. Well, you'd see him as you walked in, but once you get up to the bar, or if you're not paying attention until you get up to the bar, you would not see a person standing there from your angle. This guy is probably maybe 5 feet tall on a good day.
Good day.
He's a very small gentleman. He is not a dwarf though. He is human. He is just very short. And very, very round. And he is sitting there doing the same thing the previous guy was, wiping out the glasses, which these glasses are like sparkling because that's all these guys seem to be doing. It's just cleaning these glasses all day
Nothing
long.
to do.
Impressive.
You only see one of the three Vistani in the room this time. The other
Interesting.
two appear to have left for whatever reason. Not that they would necessarily spend all of their
One
time
of the
there, but one of them.
Vistani, is it? Because we got names before.
This is true.
You did get names. You are correct. So
Not
the
that
one
Tila
that
would know,
is-
but note taker.
I would know.
fair. The one that is still there is Mirabelle. And the bartender there is like I said, he'll be sitting there, and Ismark will walk up to him and go, Arik, I need food and drink from my friends here. He'll go, okay. And he'll just turn and walk back into the back. And Ismark will go, come, friends, let's go grab a table. And so you guys can go over toward like the corner and grab a table. As you sit down and chat with Ismark and Irina. Irina will sit right next to Ismark, and talk with you guys. And after a while, Arik will come out. Arik.
That was right the first
you
time.
wanna spell it?
Yes.
Nah.
Right too. Hell
hey.
yeah! High five
Kind of
to
like
the
Eric,
internet.
but it's Arik.
Totally different.
And he'll come out with a like tray of some stew of some kind, and he'll set it on the table, and then he'll turn and walk back, come out after about a minute, and he'll walk back out with a tray of wine and set it down, and then just wordlessly walk back to the bar, and go back to cleaning these glasses.
All right. Well, now that we're done that, thank you for all the food. What's next?
Well, I do not know. I don't know what you are planning to do. That is your choice, I guess.
Oh, right. Mikhail, right. We need to go see a seer of sorts.
Madam Eva.
Yes.
What do you know of her?
See, the roster has it, Madam Eva. We're going to go
Yes.
see her. If that is still what
Um,
you all want to do, of course.
I mean, I think that would
I will
be
guide you, but I'm not the one.
Yes, I am asking Ismark what he knows. Have you heard of the name before?
Good question. Has Ismark
It's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
does Ismark know?
No.
Let's find out. Ismark. No, you're dumb. Let's see if Irina knows.
It's a
Maybe I
special
really can
little
think
boy.
Have
I'm
these
not
guys
kidding you.
passed
They
any
both
of
rolled
these
8s
checks?
again.
No shot. How?
They are
I
so
have +0 and +1.
incredible.
Bartender by
They
any
both
chance
rolled
over
8.
here. Did
I'm
the
It's the
Mirabelle
bartender.
over
He is
here.
busy. He's not listening to
Well,
us.
you know the stance of the Vistani. They said both this morning when they were half asleep that they agreed that you needed to go see Madame Eva.
We
And
have a good idea.
Arik is not paying any mind. He is
He's
literally
very
just
good.
staring off into the not even the middle. He's staring off into the far distance. He is just gone,
In
wiping these glasses.
in particular, the Vistani that I tried to pickpocket, is he still in the tavern?
They were all 3 female.
Ah.
And that is no, the one that you tried to pickpocket is not here, but the one that caught you pickpocketing is the one that is here.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll grab a cup of wine and I'll hop off my stool, and I'll walk over there. Oi, I brought you a drink. I hope you don't mind if I could ask you a question. Well, my friends over here have a question more in particular, but yeah, have a drink.
Certainly, I won't turn down a drink. And so she'll grab it and she'll just down it.
Okay.
Ah,
Just gone.
Hi. Now
What's your
about
question, friend?
this Madam Eva.
Ah, yes, Madam Eva. She is a great seer, the Vistani. She is a very powerful, very knowledgeable woman.
Well, I suppose that answers our questions. Thank you very much, and I'll walk away.
All right,
Pop
as
back
you walk away, was okay. Was anybody watching this happen, or were you guys just having the conversation? I need to know this. Was anybody watching him go and do this, or was he just doing this and you guys were continuing your conversation?
I was
I
not
think
watching.
I was watching because I was.
was not
imagine
watching.
I'd be watching. Zila would be
imagine-
watching.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, if you were watching,
Everyone not trusting me.
Irina and Ismark weren't. They were having a conversation with whoever was still.
They're
If you were
talking.
all going to look over there, then they would look over there. But if there was even one of you that wasn't, they were having a conversation. They were not paying attention.
No, I was talking to them. So.
Okay.
Aw.
Totally fine. If you were watching this interaction, not Harrigan, but if you were watching the interaction, roll perception check as
Okay.
he walks back to the table.
Hey.
Okay.
15, 16,
I need
17.
No.
Okay. Let me.
Wait.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
Well, nope. You don't. Don't. Nobody catches anything.
Nothing to see.
Nothing
Alright.
Nothing
at
to see.
all. No.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Wow, I don't have a good feeling about that. Was that a bad idea?
Possibly. It's almost like
Not saying nothing.
Oh well.
Looking at notes, we noticed nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody saw anything. So nope.
nobody knows the
Well,
money
right?
you've lost.
CPK coming soon.
Everything's fine.
All right.
Fine. I'm in with the Vistani. At least some of them.
Okay. So is there anything specifically you want to talk to Irina and Ismark about, or just have general conversation with them?
I have a very specific question.
Okay. Nope. Go ahead.
Why is everything so run down around here? What happened to the whole town?
As far as the town itself, unfortunately, not many people live here anymore. Most do not like living in the shadow of the castle. For whatever reason, I don't exactly know why. My
Can I insight check that?
sure. I check.
It's a skill. I need to remember that. I always click through the tabs like, okay, which one do I need here? Oh.
Insight. Sorry. They genuinely seem like they are not sure the exact reason people are leaving. Or the exact reason that people don't stay.
Fair then.
Ismark will go. My father assumed that it was due to the poor conditions of crops and such around here. There's not much land that is farmable in this area. As you head toward Valaki or Kresk, you have more farmlands over that way. So it's possible that the people do not, the people that head that direction. And like I said, people do not like to live in the shadow of the castle. So that is why you will see, if you go throughout the town, you will see houses and things boarded up, just to keep anyone who might be trying to find things that are not theirs from getting in. But most of those houses are in disrepair. As far as the other ones go, it's most of their houses are in disrepair just due to general lack of resources. We repair with wood and such as we can, but that's will only last for so long.
What is so bad about living in the shadow of the castle?
I do not rightfully know. My father did not like the Count very much. And it seems that many people here do not. As Irina said earlier, they call him the Devil Strahd. But
Right. We've heard a lot about this this devil Strahd.
But you have heard a lot about this Devil Strahd,
Well,
but I have not.
Okay, well, not
Well, relatively,
necessarily
but not even
a
much
lot,
better.
but a lot of people seem to have a very poor opinion about him. You think maybe he's just misunderstood?
it's quite possible. I have never met him directly on my own, only around my father, and he always was a relatively decent man around my father.
I'm sure
Um,
he's very polite.
You say that
I-
with such
he-
sarcasm. Mikhail,
Um,
have you ever met him?
No, I've never met the man.
Okay. Well, see, then how can you fully base your experiences if you've never met somebody?
He's responsible for much
Mm.
suffering,
Oh, well.
And
directly
I-
or indirectly.
and Irene will go, well, he was, a few times that I met him, he was always very polite and gentle. I never had a problem with him, so I do not know why the people do not like him. The nickname, as far as I aware, comes from when he conquered these lands back when he was a general before he became the count. He was known for his military abilities, and they nicknamed him the Devil's Strahd. And I guess the villagers here just continued calling him that.
Interesting.
Perhaps some are most likely descendants. I do not know. Or family members of those. I do not.
I mean,
Let's go.
one would think that a ruler of an area would then provide resources that were needed, but apparently
Well,
not.
yeah.
Like to fix everything, to get the food.
How long has he been the count?
Let me see what they. Give me a quick second here. I need to find.
MD, go get more.
What was that?
Nah, Megan finished her drink.
Megan's
finished
drink
my
is
drink.
gone. Now she needs more.
I do not. I do not know. He has been the count for as long as I've been alive, or as long as I've lived
Okay,
here.
well, how long have you
And
been?
Eastmark will. Eastmark will go. As long as I've known, as long as I can remember, he is the count.
Okay, so at least.
Bear in mind, they're both like in their mid-20s.
Okay.
Like they're not. These
Okay.
two are not super old.
Okay, so that's entirely reasonable.
Eastmark's probably closer to like 30. Versus Irina, who's probably like early to mid-20s. So they're not like, it's not like they're in like their 40s or 50s. They're
Yeah.
relatively young.
And he was the count before, with your father being in charge of this town?
He has always been the
Uh,
count.
As far as
Oh.
I'm aware of, yes.
Oh, well, he must be an old man at this point. Is he, I'm assuming he's a human.
Is he aged?
A lot of you
Like
seem
old?
to be human around here.
Um,
Not like
It seems like
us,
it is.
Yes,
obviously.
he is. He is. He is human. Though he does not look that old. He only looks maybe his 40s, 50s at most.
Well, I mean, magic is a thing. Magic is Mikael.
That's what makes
What?
sense.
Magic
He
is
was
real?
I mean, magic is
I'm just kidding.
obviously
as
a
the
thing.
magic caster of the group.
Yeah, magic is obviously
am
a
only
thing
kidding.
here. I mean, we encountered
Obviously.
the undead, so magic's not unheard of in these parts. So I'm sure that
No,
there's
magic.
magic that
Magic
could.
is not. Magic is not common here, but I went Scottish there for a second.
Sorry.
No, that was just the way I said here. It was like that was Scottish.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not the right accent I'm looking for.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Recenter.
Magic
Big
is
step.
not magic is not common here, but it is not unheard of. We did have a wizard come through, I guess, like the father said about a year ago, and it's been rumored that the count can use magic, so it's possible.
Yeah, well, see that
Is
just
magic legal here? That is it's also an important question to know.
No, magic is not illegal. Just not many
Perfect. Okay.
use it. Not many can use it. I cannot use it.
Oh,
And then he goes, I can't use it either.
Certainly hope
But
it's
it
not
is not
illegal. I
un-
gave the father a good Betty.
unfortunate.
It is not impossible. The father has some healing magics. It's not illegal. It is just not common.
Oh, good. Oof, okay.
No, you are fine.
That is comforting. Okay.
yes, that would be
I-
quite bad if magic
Well,
were
it
illegal.
would be good to know if I start just casting out
Yes,
spells and then
yes,
suddenly I
yes.
get arrested. It would be bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be quite bad.
That would be inconvenient.
hmm
Oh well. Surely, if he was a renowned champion of a war, and that's how he got that name, he has to have some kind of magic. It's not unheard of for people to have powerful magics, and at least where we come from, here, I mean, if he has an archmage under him, then it's completely understandable. He
He
could
has
It
magic of
is-
some kind.
Yeah, it has been rumored. Nobody has necessarily seen him use it, although he does not leave the castle very often, unless he has business to attend to. And typically when that happens, he travels around in a carriage with a driver, but he does not typically have use to do much outside of that. He spends most of his time up in the castle.
I see. Well, so this, I don't know. I don't really have any other. What do you think, Zila? Good.
Did we lose Zila?
Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Give me a
Okay.
second.
Someone else say.
I have to stretch because this chair is so bad. Okay, what was
I have
the
a question, but
Any
What do
more
I think?
questions
Is
or
that the
thoughts?
question to Zila right now?
What do you think?
Okay. It certainly is odd, but sounds like that maybe he just has good genetics or is kind of magics going on.
Yeah, magic is I've learned throughout my studies, magic is bullshit. it lets you do
Oh.
things that are just wild, especially if you get quite high up in studies.
That is fair. Okay. Fair enough.
Wait, I've got a question about the mad lady with a doll that she's been crying over. What was her name?
Yes,
Mad Mary?
Mad Mary. Eastmark just kind of looks at Irina like, like he looks at her like, "Oh, you have them saying it too."
Only him,
Um,
not us. Who is this Mary person?
um,
You talked about that earlier, I believe, a little bit.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Her name is Mary. I do not actually know her last name. Um, but she has a daughter named Gertruda, who she basically kept locked away in her house, in her room, as far as we're aware. And lived a very sheltered life. But well, as far as we're aware, about a week ago, um, her daughter came up missing. Um, actually, no, it would not be a week ago. That would be around the time that father died, so 3 or 4 days ago. Came up missing, and they had no trace of what happened aside from the window to her bedroom being open. And so as to why or where she went, we do not know. They sent out a search group of villagers to search around the area, but they found no trace. So now she spends most of her time in her daughter's room crying. How you got in, I still do not know. That she's had the doors locked.
Listen,
Nobody's been able to get her to
How?
open it.
How did you do that?
the matter of how I got in doesn't really matter right now. Right, what matters right now is there seems to be something mysterious going on, and my curiosity is very much piqued for this poor lass who's had a terrible loss. I feel you two could understand that and hopefully give us some information to help her out a little bit.
I do not, as far as what we know, what Irene has told you is what we know. We have no
Has anyone else been missing prior to this?
no, and that's just what is
Wow.
strange.
Nobody else has
Um,
died recently
no one
either?
else.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as deaths go, no, the deaths happen here. Not a common occurrence. It's just part of life. But as far as with a strange circumstance, no, nothing else out of the ordinary. They said it was around the time father died that Gertrude disappeared, and nobody found any trace aside from the window being open.
Yes, and that window, by the way, would it have been on the second floor?
Most likely, I do believe that where their bedrooms were. I've only been in their house maybe once when I was a child with my father, but I seem to recall their bedrooms being on the second floor.
Maybe a giant raven got to them, opened the door, and snatched her away in the midst of night.
I don't think ravens
Do
get
have
that big.
ravens here, but not that large.
I feel like that is unusual. Is that something that happens where you're from?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I see smaller wolves out in the forest, and then I see the larger one. Oh my god, my accent's everywhere.
Same.
And then I see the larger
Same.
ones everywhere.
So many different
It's so
accents.
It's just a
bad.
thing tonight.
It's so
It's
bad.
just a
gonna be
thing
hard.
tonight. None of us can get our accents quite nailed. It's
Yeah.
just is.
It wouldn't be too
Failing
strange in my
Zealots!
mind if there were
I don't really
very
use an
large
accent. I just kinda
ravens
talk
flying
like
around.
this.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best kind of accent.
It's the
Yep.
accent
I am-
is just kind of like a personality of sorts.
Yeah, I do not know anything. There did not seem to be any signs of. No. The window was not broken. It appeared to have been opened, but there was no signs of a person leaving or anything of that nature.
Pretty strange.
It is, and we've tried to reach out to her, but the doors are always locked. No one can get in to have more of a talk with her.
Somewhat related. It seems I've only been here for a couple of days, but it seems like there are an unusual number of people being locked away in rooms. And I have concerns. Is this a common thing in your culture here?
Ismark will look at you with a confused face and go, What the other people have you met that have been locked in rooms?"
Literally,
I'm
just
gonna
the
join.
father and his
We
son,
just-
and then this lady.
Oh, that's fair.
We also recently just left a house where we
That
found out
too!
that 2 kids were locked up in an
In the attic.
until they're
Well,
dead.
yes, but
That
they
sounds
were
pretty.
They were loaded though, that is different. But
Sounds
like,
like a full
So-
yes.
crazy cult thing.
Makes it
so I
better.
don't-
So Ismark will look at you with a look of
what the fuck?
yes
What?
no look of I guess lack of a term terror, and Irina will look at you with fascination.
Irina.
And Ismark will, you was this house on the side of the road outside of the village?
Yes?
Yeah, they was.
I
Yeah.
believe they were called the Dursts.
Oh yes, that was the
Um,
family.
And Irina will go, oh, you went in that house is. Why did you go inside that house? It looks terrible.
It was not terrible when we entered the house.
Well, we had two
Missing
children
ghosts
who we later
children.
found out were very dead. They possessed our
They
friends.
were ghosts. Yeah.
Their ghosts came out and asked us for help to kill a monster that was in the basement. I know this all sounds crazy, but well,
Well,
Oh, yeah, I
Ismark will
didn't
know
know.
that is how our
Supposed to
friend
die
passed.
or
That is
something
how our
like
friend
that?
died before
I
this.
knew
so-
you lot were interesting. Oh, do tell more.
one of our friends died.
Yes, that is what happened
Very
when we
good.
came first met
That
Ismark.
is
Well,
I'm
more of
very
a
sorry to hear.
acquaintance. We didn't really know them.
We actually
that
did not
well
really know much about him,
yet.
which is really sad. Quite unfortunate.
Almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
I
and Irina will go, oh, tell me more about this. I am curious. And Ismark goes, well, you seems to have made it out. Well, at least most of you made it out alive.
Mostly.
That do not go to that house. That house is cursed.
personally
Oh,
Maybe you
wounded.
should like post a sign outside or down the road, do not enter cursed house.
If you see a ghost
you know,
child, ignore the ghost child, you know? Yeah.
Ignore
We
children.
have placed signs outside of that house.
Oh,
We
well,
did
they
not
are
see
gone
any.
now.
There were no
there
signs when we entered the
no
house.
I picked some
signs.
more up.
Interesting. I will have
But
to
at least maybe the children
take a
are
look.
at peace now, so maybe they will be better.
Maybe they won't at least
I
lure anyone else to their death.
do not know. That house is very strange. It was burned down several years ago, and now it's not.
Wait,
I
so
do not
you're
know.
telling me that this house just built itself again? This is terrible.
That is exactly what I'm telling you.
Aw.
Like just straight face.
Strange.
That's just exactly what I'm telling you. That
Very
houses.
strange.
Many adventurers have come through, and that house has been destroyed more than once. And then the next time somebody comes through, they speak of it again.
Oh, that is weird.
That is
Ugh.
So unless there is multiple of the same house out in the woods, then that house is not natural.
That just
Yeah,
plot. Wouldn't that just thicken the plot?
I would
Multiple
agree with
houses?
that. That it is unnatural.
yes.
much
I
so.
know nothing about that place. Was well, I mean, yeah, nothing.
Here we go. You tell me more about this. I'm curious now. I wish to know. It's up to you if you want to share the
About
events
the
of the
house
house
or
with
about
her.
our companion?
I'll tell the story. The
Yeah.
one mine's being told.
Oh, do tell. I
I-
need to be here
I
to
about said my response to that, which is not what you would normally say. Both. That would be great. I would love to hear stories.
If no one
This is
objects.
where we
And
need.
like she looks at you with like a very like a curiosity of like a childlike curiosity,
Hmm.
whereas Eastmark looks more at you with like a terrified curiosity, like a morbid curiosity. Like, I don't like this, but I want to hear about this because this is concerning. As she's looking at it like, this is cool. I want to hear more.
Where's
Ooh,
the bard?
story
Where's
time.
the
Yeah.
bard when
That
you
is
need
me.
them?
Got it.
Yes.
Right.
Completely
There you go.
invested.
You have a person in your party who specializes in telling stories.
Oh,
I'm a
Yes,
right.
little
not the
bit
bard, but it's good at
proficient in it,
storytelling.
technically
Right.
speaking.
There once was a house that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't rhyme or anything, okay? I just
It's just the presentation. It's really good.
So, okay, while you're doing this, roll me another perception.
Does this have to do with sight or hearing?
This would actually,
Hmm.
again
Huh?
myself disadvantage.
Okay, that's not right.
Because if nothing else, I'm telling the story. I'm a little distracted.
Orc.
That's fair.
let me think. Yeah, this would probably do with sight.
Okay, well, the owl rolled well, so I'm just gonna let that be.
So your owl notices that your owl notices something and kind of tries to guess lack of a better term, peck you to try to get your attention. It doesn't. He has a talon attack. He doesn't have a peck attack.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
an
he's got a
owl.
beak
he'll
though.
just kind of like into my shoulder.
Go ahead and roll me a second perception check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Um
For you, not the owl. You.
with advantage.
Advantage.
Advantage perception. If this is bad, I'm gonna hate my life. That's a 2. That's an 11. Okay.
You still don't notice anything.
Pain.
They
Yep.
rolled a 20. You would have had to 20 it.
So close.
Not them.
Yeah, that's fair. They would have, like,
But that's why I
telepathy
gave you
or
advantage. It's like, well, let's see. It could theoretically, nope.
You can
I shouldn't say they
communicate
they didn't. They rolled an. It was not a natural 20. It was a dirty 20. But
it.
nonetheless, that's why your owl saw it. But unfortunately, you rolled an 18, so you didn't get to see it yet. So okay, never mind. You just.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's the
annoying.
point.
Like that.
Absolutely.
You want to torture me? This is how you torture me.
The party was not a fan of this.
Everything is normal and fine.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys can tell them as much or as little about the adventure as you want to. It's up to you guys. Mikhail, go ahead and roll your storytelling.
Oh god. I need
Oh
to
god.
remember what I do for that. Is it just advantage, or I think it's a double
It's
proficiency?
It's double
something.
proficiency.
Okay.
So
So you
Yeah,
have
basically
expertise.
expertise.
Can I guidance
Yeah.
it?
Technically, yes, you could. It is a skill check. You
Yeah.
technically could.
Okay, add a d4.
Hey.
Wait, I just have a question, and this is because I'm new. Could you have guidance to yourself on that second
Yes,
skill
he
could've.
could
session?
have.
Yeah.
I
He could have
could've.
guided himself on any of
Okay.
these skill checks he's
Oh,
done.
Literally
yeah.
anything.
Right,
yeah,
so that's
I
a
could've.
It is a-
Good to know.
25.
Good to know.
It's-
I need
Wow.
to know this.
The first
When
It's
do
the
time
you
perks of
want-
being
I
a
had
cleric with
guidance.
guidance that you just always forget to use guidance all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally.
But you'll
every
use
day.
it on other people. You just forget to use it on yourself
Yeah,
all
Just
the time.
even with
Yeah.
other people too. You're just like,
Living
oh crap, I
stuff.
have guidance. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
forget.
25.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah, no, that's great. You tell them a fantastic tale. Do we not have your proficiency on there twice for performances?
No, because I only get it sometimes.
Just go ahead and add expertise in that. It'll just be easier. Because realistically speaking, you're not really gonna do much performance
I
outside
have a
of.
lute. I could play it.
Oh, that's right.
He
No,
has a
you do have a
lute.
lute.
I do.
Okay,
I was going to
never
say, do
mind.
you have a lute you can
We'll
play?
have to.
But you
I
actually
forgot.
don't.
I
That's fine.
forgot
another
that you
way
also
I could
have to.
perform.
He
I
actually
Is it,
I
does
is
forgot
it
have a
that
lute.
you-
visible on
I'm
you?
bad at that.
This is- So okay,
Playing it
never mind. I
badly.
forgot that you have that.
Yeah, no.
I wonder. We might make a second skill for like. Okay, so at the bottom of your skills, you can do like a plus. You can add a skill.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, right by skills. Yeah.
Yeah, skills. You can add a skill to it,
Oh, I see. Let me just
and
do
just
that.
do storytelling and do the
Perfect.
double frequency and make it that. That way you can just click that, and that way the double frequency is added in, and that way it'll, level up correctly when you level up, and we don't have to worry about trying to do math. More that I don't have to worry about trying to do math because I will forget. And it just makes it easier on you
Math
and
sucks.
myself. So math is
Math
hard. There's a lot of math I have
Math
to
is
do.
hard.
Yeah.
I can't remember people's math. The fact that I remembered how to do the astral contract today without having to look at Zilla's sheet to remember that she has a 3 and a 3, it's fascinating
My
enough for me.
scion level plus my intelligence.
Yeah, the fact that I remembered you had a +3 to your intelligence was was enough.
Pretty good.
Because I was like, I think she has this. That sounds right. Yeah, cool. It's like she'll tell me if it's wrong. So
No, you got right, so we're good.
so yeah, so you can sit there, you spin a fantastic tale. Both of them are enthralled, but for very opposite reasons. And I mean, unless there's anything that you guys want to do with Irina and Eastmark, you can continue to trade stories with them throughout the night. If you have other questions, feel free to ask them. But if not, you can continue on until you guys choose to do otherwise.
I suppose this is as good as time as any to sort of, fill everyone in a little bit further into the backstory of the bunny man.
If you wish.
Yeah, that's up to us. If Hedrigen talks about it.
Well, Edigen will tell anyone the tale will tell anyone who wants to hear the tale of
Well,
how I
do tell
ended
it
up here.
then.
Alright, well, I don't remember anything before I suddenly awoke up in front of this terribly large gate. Not a soul around me. The clothes on my back are all that I had, and this thing, which inside had HW. I hadn't even known my name, so I just decided to give myself one. Edigen Maywin. I'm rather fond of it, if you ask me. And for about 2 months now, I've had my fair share of very odd occurrences in these lands. For one, I found that I cannot stay in one place for too long, otherwise the mist it follows me. But
I'm sorry. Can't just graze over that. It follows you.
aye. If I spend too long in one spot, sleep in the same place for too long, sure enough, I'll start having strange nightmares with the mist, and just can't get a good night's rest. I've learned that once I move away from the area, I am fine, and I can continue on as normal. But
About
I don't want to stay.
about how long have you been in this town?
This town? It's been about a week now.
How long is too long?
I probably wouldn't want to stay here for more than another week.
I see.
That's a fair bit of time.
Joey, I think for reference, I think it's like 2 months you can stay at a place.
I thought it was
it?
con times week.
The con times.
What is it? Is
So
it
which-
in abilities?
Yeah, it should be in your abilities.
Mistwalker? Yeah.
Yes. I legitimately do not remember,
Yes.
but I thought it was longer than that.
Area safely for a number of weeks equal to your con mod.
Okay. Okay. Weeks equal to common law. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was longer than that. Oh, it's the mile radius that's 10. The 10 mile
Yes.
radius.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that's the other thing. And yeah, it's a pretty big area. I need to move around a lot. But other than that, I have very interesting powers I don't feel are natural to me. For one, I can turn myself invisible. For another, I can step away in shadowy mist and reappear somewhere else, almost like teleportation. And ever since I've been here, I've just been roaming the lands and living off of what I could gather through hard work. Yes.
Hmm.
Side check.
Go for it.
I would like to. The insight thing is if it's the exact same thing as Zila defines as surviving and living off what she can find.
Okay, go on.
Hiya! Gimme.
Bullshit.
Gimme.
This
So
man's
yes,
steel.
this man steal. Okay. Zila just smiles in understanding.
Yes, and
You know what?
for about a week I've been living around this area until I
think I already know it. Yeah, Irina realizes. Ismark does not. And yep, Zophie realizes.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Irina realizes it with a 19.
Yeah.
She finally rolled higher than an 8.
Nice, nice.
Oh, sure. Let's find out what I think about it.
Frickin'
Oh, shit.
time.
Pretty good.
The only damn it, you have a +4.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that with which one's insight? Is insight intelligence or wisdom?
It's wisdom.
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 Okay.
The
Because I don't have Eastmark doesn't have any bonuses to it, so I just have to roll. Oh, even Eastmark realizes now. Yeah.
You're
Eastmark.
so sneaky.
Lies.
I love how the thing you did last week to go check on a person, you escaped almost no problem aside from Zophie noticing. But anytime you try to steal or sneak, like do story sneak, like a role play, you can't get away with it to save your life.
Listen. As me as a player, when I was building this character, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun character. Charisma. How high do I want to put you? Base level. I don't need deception or anything like that. This is a fun consequence.
Yeah.
Love this.
Oh well. Whatever.
Anyways.
Eastmark Ismark gives you, well, both of them give you a look of, while they give you this look of, neither one of them say anything. They don't scold you, but they give you a look of disappointment, I guess is the best way to put it.
Just to clarify,
Both of
I wouldn't
them,
say Zila approves. She just understands. That's all.
Well,
yeah. Neither Irina or Ismark will scold you about it, but both of them give you a look of like disapproval and disappointment.
look, if it makes you feel any better, and I'm being honest here, I never took from anyone who looked like they were down worse than me. I wouldn't want to take from a homeless person, for example. But I have nothing. No job. No particular hunting skills. I'm a decent gatherer, but these lands are tough.
Yes, they very much so are. Most people in these areas do not have anything, or at least not much. We thankfully do, due to being a burgomaster, but outside of that, not many people have much. At least not in Barovia, in this village. In Wallachia or Kresk, you would find people who might be more well off.
What's the name of that town again?
Valaki and Kresk.
Yeah, it was kind of on the mic.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
I might not have pronounced it well enough for the mic to pick it up. Villaki and Kresk. You might find more well-off people in those areas, but not here in this village. Not in Barovia.
I have noticed the only people who look like they're doing very well for themselves are the barkeeps up there, but and yourselves. I promise I haven't done anything to you, other than sat on your father's casket. I still
We-
apologize for that.
I am aware that you have done nothing. I do not think you would have been able to do anything. How things have happened lately.
Everyone seems to be on high alert.
Yes, as I said earlier, they are worried, for what happens, and so was my father, and I do share his concern, especially with Irina. And she gives him a she looks over at him and goes, "I assure you, I am perfectly fine." And he looks at her like, "And that's why." um, the attacks that happened were very frequent and became worse and worse until took our father's life and then just stopped. I do not know for what reason, but
This is
whatever
very
reason it
unusual.
was, it cannot be good. My father feared that Strahd was behind the attacks, though I cannot say for certain. Wild beasts and such that attacked, I do not know how that equates to a man. But I do
But I
not.
thought you had said that they got along.
They do, but my father never trusted him fully. On the outside, they got along just fine. And the Count was always nice, and my father wasn't kind. But not so much was my father at home. He did not care for the Count. He always thought that he was too kind to Irina. And Irina goes, "I keep telling you it's because I'm beautiful." And she just like smirks at him, and he looks over at her and just shakes his head and continues talking. Like, it's very obviously that she made that in jest, and he just was like, "I can't believe you." Um and um so but do not know why the attacks just stopped. That does not make any sense.
Hmm.
And they have not happened again since my father passed.
Let us hope that it stays that way then, at least for your sake.
That is the hope.
Do you fear they will start again?
I fear that the time that they have stopped currently is not for a good reason. That makes sense. Fear that there is a reason for them having stopped. And I fear that it is going to be dangerous. I do not know what will happen.
Well, if there is a way to reach out to us if we are still here, we could always come help if you need us to. Come back.
But would be appreciated. I will. There are ways to get letters to people. There are the ravens, ironically, are trained very well for carrying letters. And that is the majority of the birds. Actually, that I think is the only birds that we have here. Have you ever seen a bird that we don't have? And Irina goes, haven't left our house in hardly ever. Do you think I pay attention to birds? And they just kind of have a little sidebar about birds for a second.
Boy, so you admit there might be a giant raven out there.
And he looks at both of them look at you, and Irina goes, I imagine most of them look like giant ravens compared to you.
So they're not giant to you.
No, they look like normal ravens are. Do you know how big a raven actually is? They are decently sized birds.
Like, they're not small birds.
No,
They're-
but he
they're
is
not
very
a
large
tiny
for a
bird.
rabbit.
Aye.
Yes,
So,
you
know,
are
I
a
don't know
larger
why
This
than
is
the
average
true.
normal
sized
raven
rabbit.
is
It is
It
true.
is.
But
large. No offense, I'm sorry if that's weird to call you a rabbit.
No,
Just
none
in
taken.
comparison.
I mean, appearances, and I mean, you look human, you look like a slime, and you look like a cat lady?
Yes, that is pretty much accurate.
Aye, we all have our appearances. I'm short.
Not just
I'm a
true.
rabbit. And those claws are fucking massive.
hold on, I'm looking at something. I want to make sure I get this right before I say this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My race is technically Mikote, but you know, nobody outside of our village tribe really knows the difference. It's just fine.
No, I just looked that up and now I completely lost my train of thought.
Oh no.
Hold on. Rewinding my brain.
Hey,
Ravens.
just
Mm,
because
Nope, I
we're
lost it.
having a
Going
discussion
on.
about ravens and everything, just because
Yeah,
I
the
think
Large
sidebar
ravens.
about birds.
just because
And large
just
rabbits.
because I would
and
be
cat people.
I think it would just be fun. Zila just like staring at Harrigan and saying that the ravens are huge. She she uses the astral construct to make a raven just appear on the table.
Sure. You can
Yeah,
make a
just
raven appear on the table.
I mean I can. It says it can be
Mhm.
it can be an animal. I've done that before.
You're right. You made a raven in the bottom of the castle, bottom of the cellar, in the
Yeah,
cellar, in the bottom of the manor.
it
I
kind
know
of
my
just
words.
poofs into existence there, and she's just staring, and she's like,
Both Irina and Ismark kind of startle for a second. That's something they've never seen before. They're kind of taken aback for a second. And then Ismark remain stoic, and Irina kind of like looks at it, like leans like to inspect it. I want to see.
Okay.
That,
I won't
as
do
let's see.
anything until I tell
happens
it to do something.
initially,
Yeah,
as
but they don't know what this is.
I know, I
mean,
know,
they know
I
it's
know,
a
I'm just-
raven, but to just see
I know.
this.
I don't know if you were looking to see if it was going to like do anything automatically. I'm
No.
telling you as a player. Okay.
Oh yeah, no. Irina was just going to. What is this?
that's the creature page. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna add something on.
Excuse me.
Run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm listening.
Alrighty.
Alright, why don't we just? I was gonna say, why don't we just take a quick break for bathrooms because I need to use one as well.
Could we?
If nobody else has
Probably
anything
work
to
out
say, we can go to bed. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I
But
wouldn't hate a quick break.
No, we'll just take a
Yeah,
quick
that sounds
bathroom break.
Okay. that
Okay.
works.
Refresh
All
drinks
I'm
if you
gonna
need them.
stand up then,
Yeah, stand up, stretch, bathroom break,
go
drink.
for it.
because I was confused about a lot of things. So I create
Okay.
the astral raven. What is Ismark and
Yes.
Irina doing? Note taker wants to know.
Well,
Same.
it takes them aback for a second because a magical bird appears out of nowhere. Ismark straightens himself back, like regains his composure, and looks at it, and Irina just looks at it with curiosity. Because magic.
And as soon as that bird appears, you hear Harrigan go, "Oi, what the?" and just rabbit darts. Gone. The owl starting to fly away because it's like, oh, I lost my perch. Ah, shit, there he goes.
And then
Did the rabbit just turn into another
the
rabbit?
owl
Did that
proceeds to
just
try to
happen?
track down the rabbit to
Was
go
the
eat it.
rabbit.
It's a tiny owl and a tiny rabbit, yeah. It looks like a miniature scene. Yeah.
The summoner became the hunter, or the hunted. No,
Mhm.
it's magical link thing. It knows that you are, but I find that actually,
It
I don't
picks you
know.
up and it's just like stop running.
I was gonna say, yeah. It depends on what personality your owl has,
I
because it
feel
is
like
a familiar. It is.
Recognize them?
I feel like it's more or less like, God, this guy's an idiot, but I'll
So it
help him.
probably just repurchased itself and just like literally just turns its head around watching you as you run around. It just does that like creepy thing that owls can do, or they can turn their heads 360 degrees. It just
Yeah.
watches you as you run around.
How long does that construct stay around?
It's just a minute.
It's just
It's
a
a
minute.
minute,
If
or
you,
it's
Okay,
if you
also
gave me a
dismisses it.
second to speak.
Okay.
Zila just stifles a little bit of a giggle and goes, it's going to disappear very soon, but it's good to know that this is how he's going to react if he sees a raven.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
any
good
of
to
that.
Good to know.
For as
And
long as I
then-
see him.
Interesting. So, like a rabbit
And then
who fears.
after a minute, it disappears.
And a few seconds later, you see Harrigan kind of poof from thin air somewhere a little far away and just go, "Oh, what the hell was that?" And just scamper on back.
I love the fact that he did that, even though the thing is very clearly ethereal, but he doesn't know, so he just sees
Very
Raven and
clearly
goes,
ethereal.
I mean, it's ethereal. Like, could be a ghost.
"A ghost of a Raven." I love it. I'm fine
We
with it.
just
You
talked
do what
about
you want to do.
ghosts, So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's totally fine. I just find it really funny to picture this this person turns into a rabbit to run away from a very clearly ethereal bird that does nothing but
fucking weird
stand there silently.
Finally, after a couple seconds, Harrigan comes up and he hops up to the thing and the stool and goes, "Oh yeah, I feel like we ought to get out of this tavern. It seems like it's haunted."
No, that is something that I can do.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is not
it's
the ghost.
how you have. Well, don't mind that reaction. It was purely instinctual. I'm sure they'll understand.
Oh, I'm sure.
But now we can turn into a rabbit again, but a different rabbit.
Cautious.
Oh yes. Well, I am a druid. I can shape into any beastie I've seen.
Quite
As long as
useful.
it's a challenge rating of X amount or lower.
I'm not mentioning that.
With the caveat. Yeah.
Have to bring it
Everyone
know.
here
right now.
assumes I could turn into a dragon if I saw one.
I do not assume that. I don't know druids.
No,
I
I would-
assume nothing.
Druids are a common class. That's not
Yes, we
something
have
that
seen
they
druids
would know
before.
what a druid can and can't do. Not the
Like, generally.
intricacies.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know
Like, they're
intricacies,
animals, you know, they're druids. Sure.
but
Like, not
they
a
would
druid.
know, like, yeah, druids can turn into creatures, but there are limitations. Like, it's a known thing that's it's just a
There probably
common
would
thing.
have
It's
been at least one
it's like
druid in the
knowing a
tribe,
paladin
I'm
can
assuming.
smite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if they know that's a thing you could do. They don't know the intricacies. They don't know what ratings things. They just know that there are limitations to it. It's just what it is.
I miss Smite.
You know.
No.
We all miss my.
Well, now that we have that established, I believe it is getting rather late.
Yeah. So by this point in time, excuse me, it is getting close to probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock. You guys have been in here for a few hours, eating, drinking. Not like you guys were the night before, where you guys were Drosa and Mikhail
We got
drank
turned.
a lot with
Yeah.
Ismark.
Heard.
Irina does not let Ismark get that truck because that he slacks off on his job, as she mentioned earlier.
Oops. That was our bad. Oops.
So
Yeah, you know.
That's fine.
um, so she does not let him get that drunk. Especially not 2 nights in a row. So come 10, like I said, 10:30, 11 o'clock, they will say goodnight and head back toward their house. And they have paid for rooms for you guys
Oh, perfect.
to stay. That's all part of their payment for helping them. Is they paid for your room, they paid for your food and drink throughout the night. So is there anything you guys want to do before you go to bed?
I think very quickly before Irina and Ismark leave, I sort of quietly pull Irina to the side and just like, be careful with Strahd. I'm sure he's polite, but he is dangerous.
Aren't most people?
True enough. I just, be careful. That's all.
Okay. And she'll walk back off with Ismark. Just to say it in a dismissive way. She'd just say, okay. Like,
He's a kid.
just acknowledging it and her away.
That's all I wanted to get out of it. Wasn't looking for a great response.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't dismissing you when she said it that way.
I
She was
got
just
you.
clearly acknowledging, but just in her slightly
In her way.
cheerier attitude than what Ismark tends to give off. Except for the first night you met him, he was far more cheerier than he seems to be. But also, they just buried his dad. Like, he's got things going on. So,
it's sort, but
anything else that you guys are wanting to do before you head to bed for the night?
I am good.
I have something.
Sure. That's
Just
why I'm asking.
Go for it.
for about an hour, you'll see Harrigan plop off the chair yet again and go, right, well, nature calls, and I'd like to go forward for a few things. This sounds like it's going to be quite a long journey with you folks, so I better prepare. And
Sure. Try not
like
to
to-
die to any birds of prey out there.
Prepare.
I'll
How?
do my best.
where are you going exactly?
What do you need to
Um,
get?
To the natures, like gathering herbs and other ingredients. I like to craft some potions, and at this point, you might notice him reveal under his cloak a couple of vials and pouches.
Right, that seems very useful. Could it not wait until morning? Ooh, lost it.
I suppose not, but... Or I suppose so, but... Figured, while everyone tries to catch a wink, I, start gathering my materials.
Do you not sleep?
Not too much. That mist is quite a spooky deal, if I may be honest.
I would imagine.
You think you still have to have don't you still have to actually rest though.
Oh yes. But as far as like story wise,
No, that's fine.
No.
I'm just saying mechanically you still have to get 8 hours of sleep. You're not a race that doesn't
Sorry
get
about
full 8 hours.
oh yeah.
That's just what I was asking, but yes. Okay.
I'm fine with you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like you're not an elf that can only go on 4 hours with trance and call it good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
I know.
to
Fey people, I don't know how they
say.
work. Yeah.
You don't have a
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why
meditative
I had to
state.
look it up because I was like, he is Fey. Maybe
Wait
they
a
have a
minute,
different.
yeah.
But no.
No.
Do
Heron
Fays
guns don't
sleep?
have that. Heron
No.
guns don't have that. I have done research into them, maybe because I want to eventually play one myself, but
Yep. I chose the race you wanted. I chose the class you were gonna take.
Not quite. Not quite.
I'm sorry.
not quite.
Not quite. Okay. Well,
Come,
Anyway.
come
Oh, you do what you
November
want.
18th,
Don't
you
die,
might find
though.
out.
Okay.
I'll
Need
do
to
my best.
Be careful in these woods at night. They're dangerous.
Ah, yes, I quite know, and I believe me when I say I got a very good sense for the dangers and when to run fast.
All right, that's on you. Good luck.
I'm going to bed.
Aye. And scampers
Alright.
off to hopefully forage.
Okay, I'll say you go toward the left-hand side of the map, toward the
Yeah.
outside, heading out that way. For point of reference. Okay. Anything else anybody else wants to do?
I'm good. Unless Zila wants to do anything.
She gets back up into the room. She writes just a little bit more in the red journal, but just a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let's see if I pick up on any kind of inclination.
Oh Lord.
To
Okay.
okay.
Aw, shit.
All right.
Well, go ahead and roll yours.
There's no way.
So-
All right.
Not
There's
with
no
that
way.
charisma.
I have a negative.
No.
I yeah.
So
Go ahead.
when you, this is more so for my character to tell, when you pull out the book, is it like I am openly writing in this, or is this like pulled to the side kind of?
I'd say it's pretty open that she writes in it. She's not like being scrupulous about it, but she's also like you can't easily see what she's writing, but it's pretty open that she is writing in it.
Okay,
Does
so
that make sense?
Yeah, she's not hiding the
it's-
fact that she's writing, but she's also not like, hey, look what I'm writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Can I ask what is that just your diary or
I find that it's good to keep track of what important things happen day to day.
yes, that is quite important. I do have a book full of notes.
I suppose it would be akin to a diary.
Are you lying? That's what that second insight roll was for.
Again, it doesn't matter if I roll or not here, but like, no, I'm not lying. It is
Okay.
a journal on her thoughts.
Yep. As long as it's not a lie, you don't have to roll.
DM, I'm asking for
No,
guidance on that.
I would say she's not lying. Like you get the sense that she's not lying. There may be more to it, but at its core, she's not lying. It is about her thoughts and the important things that happen during the day.
Might just be leaving something out, but not.
Yeah, but other than that, like it's exactly what she's saying.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome.
All right. Well, don't stay up too late. We have.
I should be finished writing here in a moment.
Okay. Well, Good night then, I guess. I don't really You don't pull the other book out, do you?
Nope.
Okay. I'll just go to bed then.
Good night.
Good night. And then after I go to sleep, you probably pull it out.
No, I do not.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going to bed then.
All
I'm
right.
just writing in a journal, notes, much like we take
Zila,
notes.
Anything else?
Yes. Nope, that's it.
Okay. So as you guys are starting to bed down, and by the time you guys, get up to your rooms, get adjusted, get, do whatever you're gonna do for your slimes, you pop in your puddles. Um,
You slimes.
you
Very Rimuru-esque.
Yes.
Right,
That's how I imagine
and
it as well.
Harrigan gets just starts to come inside the door of the tavern. And as you guys kind of, blow out the lamps or candles, whatever is lighting the rooms, the rooms do not go as dark as they should. And there's an eerie green light coming through the windows.
Mm.
What
That
do
is
Right.
very
we
obvious
look
because it
out
should
the
be dark
windows?
inside, and it is not.
Wait,
It
so
is
are
not
we asleep
bright
at this
light.
point, or do we all notice
No,
it?
this
What's
is
going on?
all of you guys
Okay.
wake up. So Harrigan is just coming back from his hour of picking herbs. The rest of you have kind of gotten adjusted. You've changed it for those of you that change into sleeping clothes or things like that, taking off armor or such, not getting that stuff off.
What's armor?
You getting done with your writing, a
armor?
conversation with Zophie, blowing out lights and or lamps and candles. You have this kind of eerie green light coming through the windows. It's not bright light. It is dim light, but it is shining through the windows.
So me walking in, you're talking about
You
just like
walking
into the
in-
tavern, right?
Yeah, as you were walking into the tavern, you notice this green light starting to shine through the streets.
I'm gonna run outside and check on it, but like kind of peek around the corners.
You start to see this green light coming from the direction of the church.
Of course.
I'm gonna run upstairs and look for my comrades.
Thank God.
I think I'm looking out the window at this point.
Yeah, I think I would like.
If we were both
Yeah,
awake, I
we're
would have gotten
both
up as well.
looking out.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
this normal?
So as you guys are, you guys look out the windows, you begin to see this eerie green light starts to get brighter and brighter. And as you keep watching, you start seeing these basically ghostly figures of people come walking down the streets coming from the graveyard. But these images, these ghosts, all look like warriors and adventurers, all walking through the streets coming from the graveyard. You see men and women with bows over their shoulders, dwarves with axes, old mages in old robes with long beards and the stereotypical wizard's hats, all walking, coming from the graveyard, and more of them start coming. Roll me a perception check.
Is there a spookier tune that is going with this ghost march?
Yes, give me a second. I need to bring it up.
Hey.
Hearing or smell, DM?
Advantage here.
No, this is sight purely.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gotta
The
check
owl
out.
saw
High
everything.
tonight.
Um,
The mile.
It's subjugation. Yeah, yeah. Oh, was that with advantage? Good.
there you go. That's sufficiently spooky enough.
Hmm.
That's not the music.
Hmm.
What? Where did that music
That's
come
different.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
from? That's not
It
the
started out
one.
good. It started out good.
Yeah, it started out good.
It was going so,
You may as
going so
well
well.
play, you know, spooky,
Spooky,
scary skeletons.
skeletons.
There we go. This is the one I wanted. I clicked on the wrong one.
That's okay.
I have
Yeah,
like
that sounds
a
about right.
list of. I have a list of them, and I clicked on the wrong one in the list.
Yeah.
This is literally called Graveyard.
Oh.
Kidding.
All good.
So what do we see or not see?
So, let's see.
Mile.
I see nothing.
No, let's see. All of you rolled above a 5.
No.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Hmm.
You see, coming down the road. Harrigan would see this, but wouldn't know anything about it. You see, coming down the road from what it would be the east side, you see a familiar-looking ghost walking down the streets
Hmm.
to join the procession of ghosts.
Oh no.
You see
Would that be
a
the-
human male,
Oh.
with a beard,
No.
and a hammer slung over his back, a
Hmm.
crossbow, as he walks down the streets to join the procession of ghosts. As they go through the streets of Barovia and begin to make their way toward Castle Ravenloft.
That's the south building.
That is coming from this eastern side of the map. That is coming from over here. He got buried off over in this direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
he is walking this way down the
Yep.
streets as the ghosts come this way. He is walking to meet them as they go through the streets. And as
Up
they
to
make their
castle.
way toward Castle Ravenloft.
You're just gonna hear muffled because behind doors running down the hallway. Adventurers, where are you? We've got some very weird shit out there.
I'll pull him into our room. Oh, just what? Yes, we noticed. Very creepy.
Yes.
Extremely
You
creepy,
see-
actually.
They make no move toward any houses. They make no action toward anything. They don't seem to acknowledge anything. They just walk through the streets and make their way toward Castle Ravenloft. And by the time this procession leaves the village, there is probably well over 100+ of these ghosts that have walked through the village, giving off this eerie green light. And it is at the
Yeah.
stroke of midnight that this occurs.
So Zila just says to Zovi, "You've been at a lot of other places than I.
No.
I have never seen this."
No, this isn't normal. This is not normal. This just kind of
We
like
go find Mikhail.
maybe he's he's been here a while. Let's,
Talking to Mikhail in the other room.
Mikhail. Kind of.
You guys are
This
right
is
next door to
three
each other.
different
Oh yeah,
rooms.
it's not like
Yeah.
we're far away. We're like
Yeah.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right here.
Sophie, I don't think we should
Just-
yell.
Too late.
Get over into our room.
Like you could literally walk. Like these rooms are not that
You can
like
walk
soundproof.
over
You could
to the
literally
room.
walk up to the wall and go. Like,
we
can you hear me on the
didn't
other side of the wall,
know.
please?
Is that very thick wall, Sultan? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
this
none of
is
you have tried
Only
to
you're
yell for
given
each other.
rooms.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah, no.
are-
That,
Yeah.
I did initially say the first night I said you were given rooms 2 and 3. It would
Yeah.
imply, at least in my mind, they implied that they were next to each other. Not necessarily
Or
that the walls were that
across the hall,
thin,
you know,
but
yeah.
there's also not a whole lot of things needed that were talked loud, like screaming for the other one. The walls were that
Right.
thin.
Well,
So you wouldn't have
know.
noticed it until now.
so
Over to that room,
Greetings.
unless
So now we're all together.
unless you don't
Yeah,
want
you
to.
guys can
Chris.
all.
Anyway,
This
No.
looks
Becky
so
came in.
wrong. It's so bad. Like,
Wait.
what is happening?
Do you need a drink?
I do, please.
Sure. We won't.
I don't
Uh,
really
do-
know, but do we
Mikhail?
ignore it?
Surprise.
DM, I
Mikhail?
presume I've never seen
Sure.
this before.
No. Well, no, because you wouldn't have been in this area.
I don't think I've been to the village of Barovia more than, like, not much. Anyway.
Not much, and you have to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a very
Nope.
specific sort of thing. I have never seen this before. I'm at a loss.
It feels wrong. This is bad. I do not
Don't like it.
understand what is happening.
This is definitely not.
But did you see Holbert's ghost?
Yes, I did. That's
Yes.
What?
concerning a bit.
Oi, the man
What-
that you guys.
Yes, he was dead and buried.
He is dead and buried.
Very dead.
Well, he
So
looks
sad.
undead and very not buried.
Well,
Yes.
that's a. I mean, I don't make assumptions,
So-
but those are ghosts. Those are very much ghosts. He is
Yes. But
very
Aye.
dead.
why are they going
Aye.
to the castle? What are they doing?
That's a great question, Mikhail. Why don't you know this?
This is a weird thing. I've never seen this before. I
Well,
don't know what
you've been here for some time. You've
I
never
have been
seen
in the village of
a
Barovia.
casual
Maybe
parade
I
of
could count
ghosts.
on 2 hands. I lived here, but that doesn't mean I didn't live here. I lived out west.
suppose that's
West.
fair.
No, I
Side
the
note, I'm
every
glad
weird
this
thing
is
that happens in this place. It's a whole area. You know, I can guide. I know the ways. I know the roads.
right.
You know, I can help, but I'm not all knowing. Sorry.
That's
Who else could we ask about this information then? Maybe the father?
Perhaps
It is his
But-
graveyard.
Maybe.
it's his graveyard. Yeah, I imagine he can't have gone without seeing it. Perhaps he's
Is the ghost-
burgomaster.
Did we see the ghost of the old burgomaster?
No.
Okay.
what would have my owl have?
No. You
Wait,
would, you
wait.
would not have seen the ghost of the burgomaster.
Okay.
These were
Also,
specifically ghosts that looked like they were adventurers.
Just checking.
Ah,
Okay.
yes.
note-
Specifically. This was not. It's not just any ghost. It's specifically they look like they are adventurers.
we also never
Yeah.
saw the previous burgomaster. He was in a coffin from the first time we saw
Well,
him.
we saw his body. Oh no,
It was sealed shut.
No, he was in the
We
coffin.
never
You're
saw
right,
him.
okay.
We don't
No,
know what
yeah.
he looks like.
We didn't go in there and look at the
Oh.
dead body being all nasty. That's true. So okay.
Maybe if we had seen an old Ismark, but even then.
Well, somebody who looked like they were in charge. Yeah, but okay.
But
that's
these
fair.
it is very it is
Like a big-
specifically these people specifically look like former adventurers.
Look, I
Well,
don't know.
You don't think if we die here, that's what happens to us then?
Well,
I
I
think
think
if
that's
you
why
die
we
here, you
got.
don't leave. That's all I have. I'm sorry.
I
Maybe
think
the
we can
ravens will
assume
take
by
you.
seeing Holbard's body just walk through town.
It wasn't his body.
It was
was
his
his
ghost.
His
Those
ghost.
are different. His body is in the ground. It'll stay there.
Okay, his ghost walked through town.
Can you really be sure of that right now?
I'm not entirely, but I can hope.
Aye, so shall we go talk to a friendly priest up in the church?
It's the middle of the night.
You want to
I
go
told
out
him to go
there
to
right
sleep.
now?
Also, I'm not going out there with the ghosts. Nope.
You know, second thought. That's a good idea.
Maybe in the
Uh,
morning. Maybe in
uh,
the morning we'll go out there and do that.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe
much
not,
better.
So,
not now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which room am I staying in with you folk?
You can stay with us, Harrigan.
It is okay. You can stay with us.
Aye, thank you.
You can sleep by the dog.
Lovely. And does the dog have a name?
Dog.
Dog. Ah, lovely.
Dog the dog.
Punctual.
I love it.
This dog.
It's just a dog. What is wrong with this picture? I do not understand.
It's not the dog that's wrong. It's the ghost out there.
that is wrong. That is bad. But
Oh.
maybe we can get some more answers from either Madame Ava or the priest. We will see in the morning.
All right. So, you guys go towards your respective rooms. Like I said, it
Try
probably
to
it probably
sleep.
lasts for about an hour by the time all 100 ghosts kind of make their way through the town
Not slow.
and out. I mean, they don't move fast. They're not, they're ghosts. They're just kind of
Ghosts.
meandering their way through.
Ghosting around.
And then you guys can all get to sleep, or at least attempt to.
Yeah.
And you guys wake up the next morning at about 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time you guys have slept and fallen back to sleep, some restful, some not, but enough to be a long rest. And you guys you guys wake up in the morning. What would you guys like to do?
For brevity, you will see the same thing I do in the morning with the candles and the talking and the listing off all the stuff I'm speaking of my little golden chain thing I have. So
I would like
Okay.
to make rollies
Uh,
to see if
Make
unless
rollies.
unless Chris doesn't want to do the rollies for this.
oh, what rollies?
To see who wakes up first. Okay.
Sophie wakes up a good half an hour before Zila does.
Okay.
On a 19 versus a 2.
Yeah, I
a good
noticed
distance.
I noticed that.
Mhm.
So what does Zoe do?
Sophie, this would also be stealth if I see the bag with her red book she's been writing in.
Bag with the red book. You would see the bag, because as slimes, when you go into your puddle form, you drop the things that you're carrying, or you would set them down before you turn into a puddle. And what is your passive perception, Zila?
12, but I'm also still asleep technically at this point, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. So stealth, she doesn't know. Perception, yeah, you could find the bag where the
I just
let's say you
wanna
could probably find
I wanna
that.
take note of exactly how it's sitting in the bag, but I just wanna float the red book over and read the most recent entry. What she was
Okay.
writing last night, basically.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, she will have to
Yep,
type that one up, because I don't
Yeah,
have the
give
most
me a
recent one.
second. I hope I have them prepared. If not, then I'm just gonna have to
Just do it on the fly.
If anything, just type it up and send it to him, and we
We'll
can
fix
get
it
the
in
full
post.
document
it might
later.
be.
Yeah,
Give me
just
a
type
second.
it up
I
and
have to
send it
check my
over.
drive. I have to check my drive first. Hold
That's
Sure.
fine. That's fine.
Mikhail, what are you doing?
Yeah, while that's going on.
Wake up.
Good morning.
It is morning. I hate it.
I am
What a glorious morning. I'm just
here,
kidding.
I am still here.
still alive. Another day. Let's go eat something.
It's still you, despite everything.
Harrigan, I imagine you get up and prep spells.
No,
You're a known caster, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you known or prepared?
No, I'm
Yeah.
prepared.
Who's are known?
So, no, I'm
I'm the known
prepared.
caster.
No, you are prepared.
Oh, are
You're-
wait?
Mhm.
Yeah, I am the one who has the spells that stay the same. Yeah.
My God, I have them. All right.
Yeah.
it's
All right, so
preparing.
send me today's.
So if you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
change out
yeah.
any of your spells,
It's
Joey,
probably
well,
not
aside
gonna
from
be
the
with.
ones that are specific to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
there's
we'll
one you
stick
want to
with
change
it.
out, let me know.
I'll stick with this.
Stick with that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
In the
pull up-
future, I'll probably add all the spells, and I'll just make sure to check the ones. But I'll let you know if I change anything around.
I just wanted to. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I just if you want to add spells and such, you can prepare them, add them. That's fine.
Yeah.
It should let you do that.
It does. I just have to make sure that I change mode to preparation. I check the ones that I actually am using that day.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll let you know when I change spells, so it's not like a
Yeah.
on the fly. Oh, I now have this spell.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, what I might do is maybe
he
this
has
week
the
I'll go
thing.
through and
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I'm reading it. Give me a moment, por favor.
that's fine. What I might do this week, Joey, is go through and just find all the druid first level spells and just add them to your sheet so you can just select which ones you want for prep.
Yeah.
And that way you just have them. Because there's nothing like
I mean, I could
there's
do
no
it.
reason you have to specifically tell me which spell you take every day. It's just you have as long as you have the spells prepared, you can cast them. I don't necessarily need to know every single spell you have. Because then you can surprise me with things like I did Chris with my disabling construct on his giant worm and killing it in one round.
Sorry, what? I heard disabling my worm with your bullshit spell, and
Huh?
Yeah.
I was
was-
telling Joey he doesn't
Good
need to tell me every
times.
single spell he takes because
Yeah.
then you don't get fun things like
Yeah.
disabling the DM's giant worm and
Yeah.
killing it in a single round.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
tell the DM everything you can do. He learns in the
Okay.
moment and goes, "Huh."
Quite literally, I think at that moment. Yep.
Still my favorite clip on your channel.
Great times.
Let's see.
Was this while I was away in basic?
Yes, I think
yes.
Yes,
so.
it was.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I don't
because
remember.
you came back to rescue us after we got caught after that.
Because-
Yes.
Yeah,
You know
because
the-
this
you
was
know the
after you
giant
went off to go
thing that
train
was
yourself.
Yeah, because
yeah,
that
the giant
thing
thing that was circling the island.
Well, you guys were also supposed to fight that thing like a much longer time ago, so I don't think it had
Yeah, right.
legendary
Yeah.
resistances.
Oh, okay.
But
You'll
yeah,
have
We were
to
going
let me
to the
check.
island and we had to disable
I
it to
leveled
the
it up a
island,
little
yeah.
bit because you guys took so long to get to it, but it was still just like
You know.
it does nothing. Battle done.
We
Yeah,
were, we
I
were doing the
literally-
main storyline. It was busy.
Yeah.
yeah, the giant worm was a giant
you
mechanical
did all-
construct, and I took disable construct, which makes it helpless,
Yeah.
which means everything automatically crits.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Zila went right after me. Not Zila.
Zella.
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 That's so
Yeah.
confusing. Zella went right after me and did her like 6 attacks that she does and crit
Yeah.
every single one of them.
All of us.
And it was great.
Yeah. Okay, let me
What a boss.
We go get breakfast.
Yep, we were going down to get some breakfast beers and I don't know, croissants.
When
Alright.
do
We
I
just
wake
have
up?
You would wake up. Let me see. Let me roll a. See, let's. Okay.
That last line. That last line.
Chris, roll
Yeah.
me a D30. So click the 20 and then right click on the 10 and roll it. I want to see how long it takes Zophie to read this versus how long I just rolled for Zilla to wake up.
Okay. Roll a D30. You say?
Yeah, because I said it's about 30 minutes. So you can click on the 20 and then right click the 10 and it'll give you
So
20 out of 10.
to be fair,
I see.
if you're not being distracted, it's like 2 paragraphs. It can be read in like 2 minutes.
It could. That's
He
why
knows.
I'm just.
He knows.
Okay.
I'm just rolling it for the sake of seeing how long into this 30 minutes she wakes up versus. Because you also had to stealth over there. You had to grab the book.
I don't know. I don't know who high is good for.
So for reference, she wakes up 15 minutes in, and you do everything in 14 minutes.
Just barely put it back with
That's so
telepathy, and not not a minute later after I put it
Literally
away.
a minute after he finishes it.
so funny.
And about at that
Stealthy.
point, Harrigan finally wakes up. Like, boy, oh, I got to prepare my shit.
By that point in time, Rosta and Mikhail have gone downstairs.
We are not even in the room.
Have-
We're out. The dog is with us. We're eating breakfast, which
Yeah,
is
we
also
are
not
done.
even beer and croissants because it's just wine and porridge here. But that's cool. I'm
Oh.
trying to eat it. Yes.
Oh yeah, my 2 good berries are gone.
They disappear.
All right, let me pull back up this. Okay.
I was like, how can I make this the most fair so how the amount of time it takes to do the
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 minutes, I said,
Yeah.
okay, let's roll a 30. Let's see which one rolls higher or lower.
Mm-hmm.
The higher you roll, the longer it takes to do.
All right. Well,
So I was like, that seems to be the most fair I can do this.
that is.
I wake up and I say, "Good morning."
Oh, hey, good morning. That was weird last night
Yeah.
or this morning, whenever that was. Time's an illusion.
Time's a
Time
social
is
construct.
a
Mhm.
bit of an illusion, yes.
I wish they were illusions, but we saw our friend, and that's, well, I don't think. Yeah.
Well, even where we're from, there's ghosts, but
Well,
that was still
sure,
very
but
odd.
that was that's quite a lot of hundreds of ghosts, if not more.
Mm.
All they all seem like people that I'm well used to seeing in travels. Lots of adventuring. Oh God, adventuring types. Hi, raid. Hello, I'm getting raided. Please hold. Hi, welcome, welcome.
On a side
How's
note, it's
everybody
cool to see that
doing?
Hobart is still kicking it in the
Ah,
afterlife.
I said that I
Hi,
had plans
welcome.
for Hobart, and that
Oh,
my
yeah.
plans for Hobart changed.
Yeah,
Now
but
you know.
different plans.
Now you know the plans for
Welcome.
Hobart that changed. He's now one of the ghost adventurers.
Death is not the end.
Well,
Mhm.
Not in
So-
Barovia, it's not.
I suppose we should get our things and go downstairs, talk with the others. We still want to see Madam, right? It's the plan. Hasn't changed. I
That's
don't
what
think.
I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Sooner we get out here, the better, right?
Yes. Yes. Let's make our way so that we can go and see Madam Ava.
Okay. And
Yeah. Yeah. I did specifically say to make note of how the book was sitting.
yeah, no, that's not the thing that I'm considering. I'm considering the other thing. Give me a second. In the meantime,
Okay.
Hobart run past to your door like, I'm so hungry. God damn it.
Hobart did? Wow.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
got real
sorry,
fast
yeah.
going.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
shit.
Thank
Oh,
you,
Bard
thank you,
did.
You have
Manage.
two H-named
Have
characters,
fun.
which is
There's
really
a lot of
unfortunate.
talking right
So-
now.
Yeah, I didn't
Big
really
party.
think about that.
what
did you?
Zila
Thanks for the raid.
does right now is that she turns, looks in her bag. Everything
Mhm.
is in order.
It sure is.
Yep.
She takes a peek into the black book. Did something happen?
Nothing new happened.
Okay. Then she just gathers her belongings and follows Sophie out.
Okay, I'll get snacks in a moment.
She looked at the
Hold on.
book inside her bag.
Right. Did you try to hide the fact that you were looking at that book?
I would say it looked like she was just looking inside her bag the way she did this.
So you were trying to hide the fact that you were looking at that book.
I guess I was.
Okay. I suppose that would be sleight of hand or deception. Either works.
Can I
I
please
would-
do sleight of hand?
I would say that's sleight of hand. That would be sleight of hand.
Oh boy.
Damn it!
Oh boy.
Oh,
Boy.
that sucks.
What do
That
you
plus
want to
one
know?
changed
So,
everything.
yeah, so you see that she's looking in. You see that she's looking in a notebook in her bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Because
like,
inside the bag, it's gonna be hard to tell if it's the
yeah,
black book or the red book in
yeah.
a dark bag. So she's just looking in her notebook in her bag.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the gif I sent you. Don't notice.
I need to look. I need to look.
I sent you the sweaty gif.
Sweaty.
Let me
Keen and
see
Peele.
this.
The like
Oh,
sweating.
that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, we're good.
Yeah, okay, that's all. Alright, I
Alright.
just, yeah.
Alright. So you guys can head downstairs. We're gonna have a fun little tavern music.
Yay.
Because now that it's daytime, you walk downstairs. None of the Vistani are here today.
Oh damn.
And you see the original barkeep is back. This taller, skinnier man is back at the bar again. Still cleaning the dishes, wiping those glasses.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's get some breakfast, huh?
All right. And he'll turn and to set the glass down and put the rag in and go walk into the back and come back out
Thank you
with
for
that
allowing me to
same
eat
kind
gamer
of
cat.
porridge-esque kind of thing.
I will also have wine, and I
but
will
there's
add it to my
grapes this time.
porridge. Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Grapes.
Oh.
Fruit.
I'm gonna
It has
flavor
grapes.
it with the wine and the grapes.
Yeah, and breakfast wine.
Yes.
Yes. Gotta have the breakfast alcohol.
Just one glass.
I mean,
Just
to
get
be
it
fair, he has like some that is more akin to grape juice, or he has stronger stuff.
Heck yeah.
Depends on how much you want to pay
Sure.
for it.
I don't have money, so I can't do that. It's whatever is
But
sponsored.
it's
I
again the
see.
same
Value.
8 silver as it was the day prior.
Why don't we
Actually,
decline
no.
the
You know what?
breakfast from
Eastmark and Irina paid for this
Perfect.
whole stay.
Oh,
So
they paid for
don't worry about that.
breakfast too.
I
That's
was like,
Free
wait a second. It would make
breakfast.
sense that
Going to stay like
they kind of prepaid
the
the thing for the
Oh, look at
the
that.
food,
How
the night, and the
generous.
breakfast. I'll say
Okay.
that makes more sense.
Okay.
So okay. It is, like I said, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Probably about 10:30 by the time everybody comes downstairs and gathers around and is eating. But you are free to go about your day. What would you like to do?
Let us go to the church. We can ask the priest about the thing that happened last night, maybe first, and then we can go head out right after that.
Alright.
Any objections?
I'm not stepping a foot in the church, but I'll
You
accompany
failed,
you.
Titus. Okay.
Why not?
You see, there's the creepy voice in the basement, and I'm not here for that.
All right. Let's do it.
Whatever could be wrong.
After
Okay.
the church.
So after breakfast, you guys make up we're going to the church. I'm not going to bring up the map again. If you're just going to go and talk to the father,
Just
you talk to
quickly
him.
ask about
So yeah, you guys can walk inside. Actually, you would probably today. You would actually see him outside, probably doing some, at least, probably vain attempts at trying to clean up the outside of the church, make it not look so
Bad.
disheveled. I was trying to think of a good word to say from bad, but yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's out there at least attempting to make it look a little better.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning. I have my voice back, so I sound like this now because that's what I've
There you
decided.
go.
You must have gotten a good night's rest. Did the good Betty
Or
work
at least
for you?
some sleep.
Yes, that Goodberry was very beneficial.
That's good.
Have not slept that well in quite some time.
Glad to hear.
But what can I help you with?
Just happened to notice a parade of dead ghosts last night, and we were wondering if that was a common occurrence here or if that was unusual. Did you also see this happen?
Yes, and well, not last night. As I said, I got good sleep. It was quite nice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
But yes, at midnight every night, we call it the March of the Damned. But the ghosts of former adventurers walk through the streets of Barovia and make the same trek that they did in life up to the castle. Every night.
But
You
why?
know
So
what
that's a
happens.
normal occurrence.
I do not have an answer as to why. I do not know. Most likely part of this accursed land.
Sight
But
check?
if sure, roll insight check.
Mhm.
I would like to see if he's telling the truth.
Sure.
God, that was a 19, man!
Aw.
Even with a 3, he's telling the truth.
Fine. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
What happens when you roll a nat 1?
Hmm.
It wasn't a nat one. It was a 19.
No, his was that one.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's what happens when he rolls a nat 1.
Oh, okay.
3 still beats it.
Oh, I
Wow.
beat it with the 3 because he nat one. Okay, beautiful.
I was
Anyway.
wondering why you said even with a
Every
3. I was
night.
like,
When you have no bonus to charisma and you roll a natural 1, a 1 is a 1 regardless.
yeah.
A 3 will beat a 1 any day.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
sure
anyway.
will.
Technically better.
Yes, technically.
Yeah, technically yes.
And technically
Yeah, no,
better is the best kind of better.
It's kind of better.
Yep. But no, that happens every night at midnight. Right at the dot.
Is it
Just
just in this town or is it all over the place?
This is just this town. They come out of the graveyard and walk their way toward the castle.
That is not good. I have no other words.
I do not have an answer for you myself. I just went Scottish there for some reason.
Sorry.
Dang it. I don't know why I keep doing that today.
It's
I
all
haven't
good.
had this problem until today.
Yeah, I didn't think about like how having multiple accents in the party would
No,
like
it's perfect.
mess
Oh,
with
no,
it, but
It's
this is
totally
great.
fine.
It's just part of it,
My
man.
problem is I've been practicing so many NPC character accents for various people that I keep creating in my head that
Yeah.
I
So I
can't.
think we're doing ours pretty well.
You guys should, yeah.
You guys are doing
I just
fantastic.
can't keep them straight when I go to talk.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know that there's not unusual. That is comforting, I
Yes,
guess.
they do not interact with the living. They simply walk to the castle every night at midnight.
So weird.
Yeah.
I cannot deny that fact.
Well, thank you for the information. We will be on our way. We were just wondering.
You are welcome, of course.
And before we stroll away, I'm curious about the child in the basement. Did you give them the good berry, and did that sate their hunger at all?
I have put one down there. Whether it ate it or not, I do not know.
Well, good luck. Stay hopeful. Maybe there is
Do
a
what
way
I
to fix
can.
it.
I can only pray and hope so.
Perhaps.
I wish you good luck with your And I just turn away.
Okay, we'll leave you be.
Of
I'll
course,
pray as
anytime.
well. Alright, let's move on, huh?
Alright, so as we're walking away, we'd like to make Kyle. So where is this Madam Eva at?
She's not too far away. We're going to follow the road for a bit, and then break off. go up to the encampment nearby.
Okay, so are you guys gonna go walking out toward the western side?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the map up. That was off pure memory, but
Yeah,
we're
that
gonna go out
seems
west.
good.
West.
Then
West. Yes,
There
that's
you
one.
go.
thank you. That yeah, the village. Yeah, I'm at.
Yeah, it's already.
Barovia.
Yep.
So we're gonna go out west, out of the village, and then
Yes.
follow the road.
Okay. So as you guys are not in the tavern anymore, I can kill that music.
I
music.
loved the
Mhm.
tavern music. It's so
Great
fun.
music.
It's
Yeah,
such
it
a
was
fun
pretty
music.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That was a great morning.
But
morning
now we gotta
song.
go back to the creepy music.
Mm.
Oh, boy.
Now,
Now we go back to creepy music again. Not
Forgot
this
about
creepy
that.
music. We go back to this creepy music. We go back to the other creepy music. As you are walking out for the eastern side, you begin to hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling. Bleh. Tongue twister. Across cobblestone. On one of the side streets.
Hmm.
As you begin to walk your way through the village. Anybody care to investigate it?
Is this like an uncommon
my head.
sound?
It's just, I don't know, it's just like a wooden. I mean, it's not something you've heard since you've been here for the last 2 days.
Didn't we come in on a wooden cart?
No,
No,
you
we
didn't.
walked
Remember,
in.
the cart got broken.
Our cart got.
But
Hmm.
we
Crazy
we
place.
were.
These are specifically small.
Like
Yeah.
carts
This is not like a
exist, but
wagon
this
wheel.
is
This is a
Oh,
small
smaller.
this
cart.
is like what a hoity-toity person is taking around in.
No,
like
this
something
would
like
sound.
that,
This would be
or-
more
Like
like
a
a
child's
hot dog
toy?
stand,
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
like a push cart.
I'll take a
Okay.
little. look
Sure, I'll
around.
look.
If I hear it, I'll
see
look at
what
it,
That's
yeah.
about
Yeah.
then.
Okay. So you begin to try and, as you're walking through, just kind of trace where the sound is coming from, and you see a old woman, bundled in rags, pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
What's on the cart?
And
I just
the
want to say
cart
Zila's
is
following Zophie.
the cart is currently covered, just with like a cloth. It's not like sealed to covered. It's just covered, draped over with a cloth.
Okay.
And you see her turn down an alleyway with a smaller figure behind her.
But there was nothing on the cart?
You
Covered.
can't. It'll see, so it's like it's like a. So picture almost like a hot dog cart where there's stuff like you can go inside of the cart, like to put stuff inside the cart,
okay.
and it's draped over with a like a terry cloth or like
okay,
a
okay.
used
And
cloth
this
kind of.
The smaller figure came from an alleyway as she walked by.
No, when she came walking down the alleyway, she came walking down the street. She turned toward an alleyway, and a smaller figure went behind her.
The smaller figure.
Smaller
is
figure is probably about the size of Harrigan,
Oh,
height-wise.
Okay.
Is Harrigan currently next to us?
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't look. It
Just
didn't look
checking.
like Harrigan, but
Of a size.
size-wise, the figure was only maybe 3 feet tall.
Does it appear to be a
Whereas
child?
this was
like a
an
human
older
child?
woman that.
Yeah, that's my next question.
Does the woman look like the woman I saw crying?
No.
Okay.
It's you can make out that it's not that same woman because this woman is like this woman walks with like hunched over the cart.
Hmm.
Like her back is hunched. And you see what looks to be potentially a small child behind, but it's
Do we
hard to tell
hear
from a distance.
anything other than hurt?
You just hear the cart making click, 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 click as it goes through over top of the cobblestone streets.
Hello. Tired of this.
Just
puppy.
going to shout
Hello.
out, yeah.
Um,
Good midday. It is not no one anymore.
as you say that, the smaller figure, you can see the smaller figure's head turn because they're a decent enough distance that you can't like completely tell facial expressions or anything like that. They're far enough away, and the fog is always thick here. They're a good probably 50 or so feet down this road. And you can see like the head of the smaller figure turn, but then like continues walking behind the other one. You always care what?
Yeah, I
You just have
don't
a
know.
ghost in your house there, Joey? It just went.
Ah,
I don't know.
It was
maybe...
like, I want to go over here.
yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
It just
Ghost
literally just
Goldberg.
completely left you, went somewhere else, and came back.
It was like, nah, fam.
Whee!
Other faces.
Yeah, that was weird.
Hmm.
So they're still walking away from us?
They're
The old
walking
woman
down
who
a
broke it
side
all.
street. You said hello, and the smaller figure, you could see the.
Yeah.
As they turn their head,
Small
you can
one
see the
did,
smaller
but the
figure's head
older-
turn to look towards you, but then continue.
Okay.
Down that road.
I kind of want to follow them.
Excuse me, are you selling something? Did they take their cart with them?
Yeah, they
Okay.
continue pushing the cart. It's the old lady's pushing the cart.
Are you selling something?
Harry,
No-
are you
No
fast?
response.
Fast no, but I can jump very far.
Hmm.
And I've got some
Um,
skills to follow if you wish to sick me on them.
Well, I don't mean to sick you, but you could try to maybe get a little closer to see the girl's face, maybe.
she does not answer you
Ah.
directly, but are you guys going to continue walking toward that direction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking. It's up to the party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing
Yeah.
My
So
curiosity.
as you continue
is
walking,
piqued.
as you
Mm.
as you continue walking down toward that direction, you hear knocking on a door. And after a bit, you don't hear any voices or anything, and you hear the cart resume ticking down the street. And by the time you get up to the road, you turn and you see the old woman knocking on a door. And
Excuse
wait a
me.
minute.
Oh.
No, sorry. I was gonna say if as you're walking up to, as you walk around and see that you see knock on the door, after a minute nobody answers and she starts to walk back to her cart, and then you can say
Okay.
what we're gonna say.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you selling something?
No.
Might I ask what you're doing?
No. None of your concern.
I'm gonna
By this
whisper.
point in time, all of you roll a perception check. Zila
Mhm.
with advantage. You need to beat a 10. Zila needs to beat a 5.
Is it
three
your
skills.
sight?
It is
Cool,
sight, but
no.
it's not. It is your owl
Okay. No.
for this
no
one would not
advantage.
get it. No.
Alright.
Your
Skills.
familiar does not grant you an extra roll that supersedes everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody but Zophie, you notice that the smaller figure was a small child that is on the other side of the cart, and like those of you who see it, you see a rope is tied between the cart and the child.
Like the child is pulling the the cart, or
No, like the rope is tied around the child's hand and the cart has got a lead tied to it.
Leashed.
does the child look malnourished?
Or in
Or-
distress.
God damn it,
No,
I didn't
child
notice
doesn't
this.
look malnourished, doesn't look stressed,
I'm
nothing.
too blind.
It's
God,
just
okay.
there.
Hold on, doggos need in first. Hold up.
Oh, no, doggos.
Quick pause.
I'm calling for Oscar. Oscar, come! I need you.
Oscar, stop. No.
Okay,
It's
continue.
too easy. I'll stop.
No.
Continue.
I'm gonna kind of like get down on.
I
my knee.
recognize this old woman, don't I?
No, you don't recognize her.
I don't recognize her. Okay.
No?
But wait.
Okay. Mikhail's getting on one knee.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting on a knee in front of the kid. Be like, oh, hello, what's your name? My name is Mikhail.
Lucian.
Lucy. Hello.
Is this a boy or a girl? Sorry.
This is a boy, but
Okay.
this boy is very young. Like
There you go.
he's literally like Harrigan is as tall, if maybe a smidge taller. This boy is very young.
I'm gonna kind of angle myself between the kid and the old woman as much as possible, like in a minor way. And just sort of be like, do you know this person? Sort of gesturing to her.
Yeah, yes.
She
Now,
ordered-
I have big business to attend to. You are stopping me from doing my business.
And
Well,
what
what is your
business is
business?
that?
She will pick up the cart and start trying to walk away.
I
No.
will.
What business is that?
Try and slow down the cart or halt her movement with my telepathy.
I mean, I know we are
Hold
in
one of the
closing, but
wheels.
this
Zila
seems
wants
to be a
to
little odd.
assist.
Like,
Zila wants to assist Sophie in that.
And unless this old lady is stronger than we know, I don't think she's moving it.
if you have nothing to hide, there's no harm in telling us what you're doing here.
Hold on, I need to look at something.
Mm-hmm.
We are merely curious about why you are
When
walking
the
around in
party
that cart.
forces the old lady to stop.
She transforms into a horrible 20-foot vine monster.
We shall find out.
I think the more
We'll see
likely
what she does.
situation is a hag, but yeah,
Nah, that's silly.
that'd
She
be
wouldn't be a
that-
hag.
that-
That's
no,
crazy
it's
talk.
crazy.
Nah.
Yeah. So you can. So okay. So what are you trying to do specifically?
Kind of just
Slow down the
forcing
cart.
the cart to stop with
And
telepathy.
I'm talking to her.
I'm assisting.
110
Okay.
pounds.
Yeah. No.
101
You can
pounds.
slow down the cart. She's an old lady. She's not pushing that cart very very fast.
Yeah.
Why? Hold on. Let me get that voice back. Now, how did I do that voice?
It was like an
Okay,
old lady
man,
voice.
I know, but I just made that up on the spot. Now I gotta figure out how I did it
Yeah,
again.
it's a great, great voice.
I know it
Had it-
was.
had-
Hold on.
Ah, the struggles of D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I was so ready to start just like invisible spy again.
Well, if she had been
Okay.
weird, I would have been like, all right, go for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
not that she's not weird now, but yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So
weird.
this is. I think I have the voice, or at least I have a voice.
Alright.
I don't know. I wish I could do that to get that voice again. Why
All
are
good.
you in my way? You are interrupting my business.
Well, you said you were not selling anything, so what is your business?
I sell pastries.
You sell
You are
pastries.
in my way.
Insight check.
Insight check.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
That was a 17.
Okay.
Oh, that's an 18. Even better.
And what does this child have to do with that? Why is he tied to your cart? That seems quite illogical.
Cruel.
Is this your child?
This child was payment for the pastries.
What?
Child
Oh,
was
what did that insight check like?
Inside check, she's telling you the truth. I rolled a 13. She's telling you the truth.
Ah,
She
I'll do it
sells
just for the
pastries.
just for the kicks, but nope, that's a 2.
sells
Okay.
pastries.
what's in the pastries? What kind
Pastries are dream pastries.
of dream pastries?
Yes. I sell them to people who wish to have good dreams. Some cannot afford, and so they sell their children, and I help me make
It-
the pastry.
People would. How much do you charge for these pastries that
What?
supposedly give good dreams?
What is worth a child in payment?
Payment is 1 gold.
It's far
Based-
be it
oh.
from me to be the golden hero of the troop, but fuck it, take my gold coin, child, go home. And I will throw a gold coin onto her
real?
cart.
Hmm.
And in doing so, I will take out the rapier and kind of like wedge it in there and kind of pry the rope free of the cart.
Or you mean
Fine.
cut it?
You
Yeah.
can cut it.
Yeah, with
Oh, you
your.
want to untie it with rapier.
This
Just
thing is,
untie it very
a
delicately.
rapier's not really a slashing weapon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Well,
a
yeah,
different-
rapier
it's
is
okay,
a
wait a
pokey.
minute.
It's a
It's
pokey
piercing.
stick.
They're a piercing
Yeah.
weapon. They are
Mine is
not a
piercing.
slashing
You're
weapon.
correct. This is a
That's
piercing
why
weapon.
I wasn't
It's a
gonna
stabby
slash
stick.
it.
That's a good
So-
point. Yeah.
Sela hands over
Yeah.
her dagger to Harrigan to cut
I
the
have an
rope.
axe.
Not-
I'm right there.
Not that it's have a
Okay.
sharp
The
edge
party
to it.
wants to
I mean,
free the
Everyone-
child.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
Free the
everyone
child.
helping.
thematically speaking, I mean, yes, you could slice it, but technically
Slice it.
speaking, a rapier is not a slice of, but they would have a sharp edge to them. They're just not designed that way. But to slice a rope, sure, they not, they can't slash through armor, but a piece of rope, sure. Fine, that's what you choose. And she'll walk very slowly off with the gold coin and the heart, and leave the child.
Right. Are you alright, small child?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Now,
When
if you
is your
excuse
home?
me,
We can bring you back
everyone.
to your home.
Where do you live?
I'm right down the road.
Lucien, do you want to go home?
You can go home, but they'll just come back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they'll just sell you again.
We'll sell them again.
This
Let's.
is going to delay the inevitable.
Fuck. Perhaps we could talk to
This
Ismark.
is-
There must be some
Maybe.
sort of system for orphans or something.
I
in
would
this
hope
place,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistically, they already gave the child up, so they don't have any more right to take the
They
child
have
back.
no more
You
claim.
know. Okay.
DM, I would like to watch
Yes.
as she goes away. Does she stop at anywhere else, or does she turn before disappearing?
No, she'll go down to the next set of doors and knock on the doors.
Well,
let
while
us go. You can go.
go on without me for the moment. I've got matters to attend to. I'm going to, as stealthily as I can, run over there and just take my gold coin back, trying to, stay out of her sight. As I imagine
my
she's knocking on the door.
Okay. Give
And
me a
for this-
stealth check.
I will be using invisibility. I don't want to deal with this girl noticing me.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Give. Okay, then give me. Oh, what does invisibility actually do?
Yikes.
It doesn't give like
Far
a
as stealth
full
go.
bonus, as far as I
What is
know.
it?
Not like
I
Pathfinder.
I don't Yeah, I don't legitimately remember because in Pathfinder it gave you like a plus 20.
What's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
question?
What are we
Stupid.
talking about?
I
Sorry.
was writing notes.
Does invisibility give a plus to stealth?
Advantage.
No,
Advantage.
yeah,
It gives
advantage on
advantage.
stealth.
Advantage.
Advantage on stealth, and also the DM has to take into account that you're invisible.
Yeah.
So like you
Okay.
can't fail
Yeah.
it. Like they hear you, they don't see
So
anything.
yeah, logic plus
Jesus Christ,
advantage.
bro.
Your rolls
But that's
are not
bad.
good.
At least
That
it's
was
not
a
a.
nat 1 and a 5.
You needed it
Ugh.
to get average.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that sleight of hand to try to grab your coin back. So as you start to make your way up to the cart, what you don't see on the ground is like a bottle that you kick, and it goes off for the side. But you are invisible, and she does take note. She hears something, and she turns and looks, but doesn't see anything. And she does not see you take the coin.
And,
But she does know that somebody came up or something came up that she cannot see.
Yes,
Uh,
it would have been easier to kill the old lady. My
I mean,
God.
in Harrigan's mind, it's kind of like,
Hi. How's
shit,
it
she almost
going?
caught me. Damn. She
hold
caught
on.
me.
I need to look at this real quick. Hmm.
Chat's right. It would have been easier to kill the old lady.
For real.
Oh.
You don't know what that old lady is.
No.
Yeah, for real.
No.
There's no
No, you
way
don't.
that she's a hag
Mm.
in this world. Oh.
Very rude to call a lady a hag, Tinker.
That is extremely presumptuous.
You're right.
Even if you
Um,
didn't exactly.
Super presumptuous.
hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Okay, that wouldn't work. Okay. So yeah, so she will. Nobody answers the door. She'll walk back to the cart. She doesn't notice that the
Yes, she is
coin
very
has been
evil.
taken by you. But she will say out loud, "I know somebody came over here, and I know you were invisible. I am not dumb. I do not get this old by being a fool."
I'm not saying anything. I'm just thinking, man, if I was visible right now, the middle finger would be such a good sign to show you. And I'm just gonna casually stroll away.
Give me a
Make-
stealth check back, unless you're not being stealthy on your way back to the party. 'Cause she's aware that somebody is around.
Casual stroll or sneaky stroll?
Here's what I'm gonna do before I start, because like I'm not just gonna start walking back knowing she knows that I'm there. I'm gonna walk around the block. Just
Okay.
you know. Anyway, so still advantage on stealth. I rolled that off of the table.
Yep, you still do because you're still invisible. How long does the visibility last? Is it 1 hour or something like that?
Is
It's
it?
an hour on that feat.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm gonna roll her
Thank you, Mira.
perception
Hour
because
of
she is
concentration.
You're
aware
welcome.
that
It's
somebody's
not like
there.
that's the feat I'm taking at the next level. Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
You are so lucky.
Oh,
Mm.
She rolled a 20, and Ty goes to player.
Oh.
oh,
That's
boy.
not how
I'm
that
going to rule
works,
it.
DM.
I know. I'm going to rule that it
Well,
does in
okay.
this
Let me
scenario.
not. Actually, let me not say that. It's the DM's
Oh
rule.
my God.
But
Yeah.
generally, it
In
goes.
this, in
Up to
general,
you.
she would be the one that would win because she met the score. But I'm going to give the tie to player for this instance because
Okay.
because I have other things in store that will be fine.
I was also gonna. Yeah.
Trying to not
Oh.
kill those
Um,
characters like time
later.
here, so yep.
Okay.
I want to fuck
yeah,
with you later.
There are other things in the
Noise.
work that I will rule. This one goes to you. But yeah, in general, it would be she would beat you. But
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It doesn't
avoiding
really.
all of
I mean,
that.
she already knows you're there. It's just more of whether she could track where you went.
Yeah. Avoiding all of that nonsense. I'll make it back to the party. Have you guys moved at all?
Weren't we going to be walking
We are.
toward Ismark's house?
Hey, we have a child.
I picked the kid up.
You
Found the
guys are
child.
walking. Zila's
Mikhail,
trying not to
you
be
picked up
angry.
the kid.
Yeah, I mean it's a tiny little kid. I'm not just gonna make him
Does
walk.
this change
Alright.
Azila's face at all? Does she have any emotional
Yes,
outburst?
she is pissed right now.
No.
She is
So
pissed.
this
Um,
child is, like I said, the child is small. This child's about 7 years old. It is a very young
Oh
child.
yeah, she's pissed.
I'm making my way up to the party. I'm still
my
invisible,
way.
but you just you just hear the little. God, you guys walk fast.
Either you are a ghost or you are a Harrigan. Which one is it?
Hedigen, sorry, and invisible.
Valid conclusion at this is what you just seen.
Small child, I was going to give this gold for you. It's what I paid for you. You better live up to your own life. Don't let your parents sell you.
Oh, see, there you go, kid.
Ah, that's much better. But we still have to give you to someone who's actually not going to give you away for
Yeah, we're
candy.
going to find someone that
So,
can actually take care of you and won't sell you, huh? How's that sound?
yes.
You lot know this land much better than I and how it works. Please take care of the child.
So as you get to and are talking to Ismark and Irina, Ismark will say, there is no orphanage. That's the word I'm looking for. I was like, what's the word? There is no orphanage here in Barovia. The nearest orphanage would be the abbey in Valaki.
Good gods, that far. What do you do
Unfortunately, yes,
if you
there
have
is
orphans?
no that there is no orphans here.
Is it possible
And
you
if
could take care of this child?
Well, if not, there's a mad lady down the road who just lost one of her own.
Oh, I'm sure she was great at taking care of
That's
children.
so
Yeah,
dark.
she sounded like the perfect parent over there, too.
That's
Poor
so
Origin
dark.
doesn't
You lost a
know.
child. Here's a child. I
We
know.
got- we
I
just
think that's
lost-
very good.
hilarious.
This poor kid.
Here's a gold
So dark.
coin.
Oh, man.
It's so dark, and I love it.
Oh, good God.
Well, how
Uh,
far is Valaki from here?
Where's-
Lucky. Be about 2 days journey to the
2
west of
That'd
days.
be more than about 10 miles.
We already took a stray
Yes.
in.
So mainly for and I guess Mikhail would know this, so it makes sense. So, and mainly for Megan's sake. So the land of Barovia as base is like 200 square miles total, which is
Mhm.
really tiny. So I have done, as well as looking at various things already, I've expanded to about 2,000 square miles. So distances to get places are a lot longer because it's, as written, it takes like 4 hours to get to Valaki from Barovia. It's like
Yeah,
that
it's kind
doesn't
of
make
wild. It's like it takes a day to get across the whole map
Yeah.
or something. Like
I was like,
It's a
no,
small country.
that's stupid. That's so tiny.
Yeah. Gotta have those wildlands encounters.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why would you put all these encounters in here if it takes a day to walk the entire map? So instead, I've increased it to about 2,000 grams. So it takes about 2 days to get to Valaki.
Okay.
So, and Mikhail would know that. That's why I'm saying it, is Mikhail would be aware of how long
Yeah.
the distances are. It takes about 2 days to get to Valaki, and then it takes about 2.5 to 3 to get from Valaki to Kresk. So that's something that Mikhail would know.
Can we see the world? Can you pull link the world map?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, I will bring up the world map for you.
2 days.
why are
Oh,
you-
yeah, that's a good question. 2 days by cart, 2 days by foot, 2 days by horse.
It'd be 2 days by foot.
Okay, so in other words, but still makes it like less than a day trip by horse.
Well, due to how the terrain and the roads are, it still takes about a day by cart.
Okay.
To get from here to Vallaki, and then to get from Vallaki to Kresk is just over a day plus because of the terrain that you have to travel to get between them. The terrain
Okay.
is not the most hospitable places, even by cart.
Not that we've even seen
and
a stable yet.
Nope.
exactly.
Great. There's Barovia. We'll bring this up. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, so we're currently here.
You are currently down in Barovia Village.
Yeah, the shadow
toward the eastern
of
side of
the
the map.
castle.
Yep.
Horrible child manor. So
Death
where
Manor House,
where
I
is
guess.
Ava?
So they would have so
Very purple.
I'll give you this because Eastmark would have a map. Like it would make sense that Eastmark would have a map to show you where things are.
Yeah.
So actually it would take wait, hold on. I need to read I do know death. No, it is longer than 2 days to get to Vallaki. It is
With the road being all windy.
It's
yeah.
it is 3 days to get to Vallaki by foot. So it's just about a day and a half long,
Where
so give or
even
take.
is
Vallaki
over
Vallaki is
Vallaki
right
is
I
in the
found it.
middle, right below
south of
Lake
Lake
Zarovich.
Zarovich.
Yeah. So we gotta go.
Yeah. The dotted roads are your line, are your paths.
Yeah,
Like that's your
yeah.
roads.
So we gotta go down and then over and then.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking. That's why I said it takes about 3 days. I was incorrect there. And then Vallaki to Kresk is about a day, or about 2.5 days, 2.5 days. It's a shorter distance there.
Kresk is over there. Okay, I would
Kresk is
think
the far side
this
of the
map makes it seem like it would be much further of a distance.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it
is
was
only
4
supposed
hours,
to.
now it's 3
This
days.
is
So,
only supposed to be at base 1 day trick.
Like that.
Yeah.
That feels like it should be more by how the map looks, but I understand
But yeah.
completely why you increased its size because
Right?
Yeah.
the idea that you could walk across this entire thing in a single day.
It's wild.
Yeah.
we walk
Yeah, because
efficiently, very fast.
the original thing is like Barovia Village. Each square is 40 feet, right?
Right.
Out here, they had hexes. Each hex was a quarter of a mile. Like, how do you go from a square in this village being 40 feet? So you'd have at least half, like a mile wide village. So suddenly, every hex is a quarter of a mile. That means that village is like a third of a mile based on the size of the hexes. That doesn't add up.
No, math don't work that way.
Well,
So
okay.
yeah, so
What
I've
if-
increased the distances between places to make it be more
Yeah.
realistic to the map.
Yeah, that
What if we
that
brought
makes
him to the
sense.
Vestani with us, and then we could just kind of see if they want to keep him or
To
not?
say, there might be a Vistani who would take him.
Maybe, right?
People adopt. It's
We
possible.
can bring him with for now.
It would be possible. I do not guarantee that the Vistani would take
Oh,
in
no, I
a
wouldn't guarantee
Would
Barovian
you
child.
be
Go to
willing
Vallaki
to take
afterwards
him
and drop
on?
him off there.
It is possible. I do not know the Vistani very well, so it is possible.
We could
Uh,
ask.
I've got a further question about how we acquired the small lad. Do you know anything about a woman who runs a cart around and buys children for the dream cake?
She
No,
called them dream pastries.
this is the first I've heard of it.
Aye. Well, whatever we do, do me a favor and try to learn something about that and maybe get her the fuck out of here.
It was concerning that the family paid 1 gold and gave up their child in exchange for equivalency.
The anger Zila's holding and now is bubbling over,
Do you-
and
he-
there's
so-
actual rocks and pebbles starting to lift
Um,
off of the ground. just to watch this.
Irina is. Are you still holding the child, or did you like set the child down?
I think I'm still holding the kid.
So Irina would look to the child and say, Do you know anything about the lady that I bought? She says bought and then stops for a second. Bought. Like she doesn't like that word, but there's no better way to put it. He goes, I know that she's come through and she knocks on the doors, and I know that the brother and sister went with her before.
God.
Your siblings were taken?
Yeah? That it was I think sister went like a week ago. Brother a couple of days.
So you're saying that your parents basically sold off all your brothers and sisters for these dream cupcakes? Or dream
I don't have
pastries? It doesn't matter what the hell they are.
I mean, not all of them.
Not yet.
Are there more of you there?
There's 5 more of us.
5 more.
Lad, do you feel like your mother and father love you?
No.
Yes.
Oh, good.
They actually.
They are drug muffins.
Sela just goes quiet at that moment. She is clearly pissed.
Irina will look to Ismark and go, Ismark, we have to do something. Ismark goes, I know. And he'll sit there and think for a second. I do not like asking you for another favor, but you potentially look into this for me. You can
Gladly.
Yes.
I
If
would
there is an old
greatly
woman
appreciate
kidnapping
it.
children for pastry exchange, what happened to the other girl maybe is part of this as well?
Aye, that's
Yes.
been on my mind.
It
The
is
parents should be beat up
possible.
too.
You would have to go ask her yourself. I do not know, and I have no way of getting into her house. Although I go with you and you need to get in, I guess that is a little bit more appropriate.
Might be less illegal that
Um,
way, but you know.
And he kind of
Who
like
said anything about legality?
ties to himself, like, yeah, like he knows you're right. Regardless, this is illegal. It's like, but do I do it? like,
It's not.
and I don't go.
Mm,
You want to ask her? We will go with you. So that at least you have the blessing of the burgomaster if you need to get in. But that is up to you and your investigation.
I have a question for you two. During the time that we investigate this matter, I would prefer if the child is not
what's that?
learns all about
Okay.
the nitty
Love
gritty
you.
details.
Bye.
Is it possible to leave him for a short time?
Will you please take care of this child?
You're not here, but I do know of a place I can take him, and he will be safe for the time being. I have other people that we do know here in the village that, with respect for my father, would do this. I
Much
can,
appreciated.
while you go to you wish to go investigate her house. If you go do that, I can take him to their house and they can watch him for a time.
And have a word with this child's parents.
Hmm.
If you want us to do that as well, this is up to you. It is your town.
Stop them
It
too.
is. If that will help your investigation, then so be it.
Yeah, how else are they going to become
You have,
rogue one day if they don't learn
you
how
can do
shitty
what
the
you
world is
what you need to
now?
do.
The world needs
I
more
will not
rogues.
get in the way.
Right, well, it is time for you lot to figure out how exactly I got in.
Well, off we go.
And
Okay.
Ismark rolls his eyes like, like like he already knows,
He
but he
knows.
doesn't want to admit that he
Yeah.
knows
Mm-hmm.
because
Zila
he
stays.
can't.
Go ahead.
Like he knows, but he can't admit that he knows openly. But he's well aware. Like he saw through the last time you tried to hide it, and he's like, "Wait a minute!" Like he put two and two together, and just kind of like, you know what? If I don't ask, and I don't get the if it's not what's the word I'm looking for?
Look.
If I don't ask and he doesn't tell me, I don't know. Plausible deniability. That's the word I'm looking for. He has plausible deniability. If I
Okay.
don't know for sure,
fair.
I can't be held liable.
That is fair.
Look, just take the moral victory here.
It's literally what he's trying to do. He's trying his best to right
Right.
now.
So is everyone else walking away at this point?
Yep.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
Zila
So you would
stays
all walk out.
behind, just a little bit behind everyone. And she says to Ismark and Irina, "Thank you."
Ismark is going with the rest of you guys because
Oh
that
well,
is his like. That's your authority.
who's staying with the kid?
So all of you are going to be walking out that way. She's going to take him to somebody like just off on.
Okay.
So if we go back
Irina,
up to the village, I'll show
Zila
you.
says thank you to Irina. Crouches down to Lucian, right? That's the name I heard.
Yeah, Lucian is the child. Yep.
Okay. And she said, Zila says, stay close to her, and don't leave her side.
And he will
And then
just
she
nod
goes
his
and
head.
catches up with everyone else.
Okay. So once you get up to this crossroad here, Irina will take the child this way.
Let me pull-
And take him over to this little house over here. And drop him off, and then she'll meet back up with you guys as you guys are walking up there. But by the time she were to drop him off and explain what's happening and things, you guys will have already got up to the house and can start doing it. So she will catch up to you guys later. But just to give you the heads up that that is what is happening from her perspective.
Okay.
So, Mad Mary's house, who is this one right there.
Right. I am not in the right map.
Oh,
Barovia.
yeah.
There we go.
Helps
Nope,
to have
that's
the correct
the map. Village of Barovia.
Yeah, it's very confusing because there's Village of Barovia and then there's Barovia as a land.
Yes. As we, I assume we're just gonna go straight there. As we start to get to like the doorstep, I'm gonna bamf away my owl.
Okay,
Yeah,
easy enough to do.
no particular reason. Yeah, no.
No.
Turn around. Well, alrighty then. It's time for me to work my magic, eh? Well, you
And
know.
Ismark turns around.
Wait. There's one other magic thing that could help us in our adventure. And turns around and just gives a good old knock, knock, knock. Well, I tried. And I pull out my thieves' tools.
I like the picture that he says, I tried after like 15 seconds. Like, I just love the picture, like, knock, knock.
Well,
I tried.
no one's here. Guess it's okay to break in.
Now this
It's just-
took me a minute the first time. Let's see. Shit, I rolled it off. That was a nat 20. It rolled off of the screen.
Well,
God,
it's unfortunate.
Well,
That's
that's
an
One
18.
lower.
Hey, easy enough. You've done this lock before, so the DC would have been lower anyway, because you know what things to tick on the lock to open it back up. And it's a skeleton. It's like it's not a skeleton key, but it's that style of key that's really not super complicated to pick. So easy enough. Having done it already once before and relocked it.
Yep.
And
oh wow, it seems to have been unlocked.
Irina and Ismark were both turned around.
It was open the whole time. Yes.
And they
of
turn back
course.
around. And they're well aware of what happened behind them, but it's like, see no evil, speak no evil. Like, I don't see it. I don't. Not there.
They
Just
saw nothing.
choose to, I'm just gonna
Yep.
ignore
It's
it.
like he's the burgomaster. He can't be saying that he condones you pickpocketing a person's house.
Well, the
Pickpocketing a person's house.
burger master is now the burglar master.
The Hamburglar.
Oh god.
All right,
Let's go in the
well,
house.
Anyway,
let's
you
go
guys
in the
walk
house and deal with
Um,
whatever the hell this is.
This is
Almost
entirely
as
stu-
if I know where she is. I'm going up the stairs.
Yeah. So this is entirely theater of the mind. There is no map for this one.
Okay.
Because there is no there was no house I could find. I couldn't find a house. So there's no map for this one. I couldn't. You would think it'd be easy to find a house, but to find one that's not like specifically themed for specific adventures, without taking hours and hours to build one myself, I didn't find one to modify it, so I didn't have to spend hours and hours and hours building one from scratch.
Yeah, that's fine.
For something we could easily not do.
For something you easily could have just. And for the fact, up until now, y'all were just gonna go on by. So I was like, I'm
We
not
had
gonna
no
build
plans
a
to go
map
to this
today.
house before now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna build a map today. That's the reason. Oh, now you're gonna. Okay.
All right, we're here. What you doing?
So, so as you walk in, Harrigan, you hear the same crying, although more hoarse than the other day, than yesterday. But you still hear the crying and sobbing from upstairs. As you walk in, the room is dark. The lamp that was burning has now burned out. So there's no more oil in the lamp. And so it is dark inside, aside from the light being let in from the front door being open. The rest of you can see the windows inside were boarded over. And so it is very dark in there, aside from the light coming in from the entryway. As you walk in, you walk into kind of like a sitting room. And then the stairwell to go upstairs is to the left, like a landing up, a split stairwell. Which is to say, these are all things that Harrigan saw the first time he walked.
He marches confidently through these halls, like, yep, over here, over here.
And so as you guys get upstairs, and you get the room, you see this woman, who looks like this. She is a woman who's probably in her 40s, and her clothes are a little bit ragged. She has the dark black hair, and as you walk in there, she halfway acknowledges that you guys are there, but doesn't do much. And inside, like, rocking it. I don't have anything in here I can demonstrate with at the moment. Like, she has, like, clutched in her arms a very malformed looking doll. Think like stereotypical voodoo doll like look. It's not a voodoo doll, but think that, like, proportions aren't quite right. The figure doesn't look 100% like it should. Limbs are slightly longer than others. It looks very kind of ramshackle doll.
Lass, you've been crying for ages, please. And I'll produce good berries. At least have one.
She will look up at you guys. She won't reach out for the good berry. But Hold on. I need to get a different voice for her.
Good boy.
Hold on.
Searching the brain for a voice. Chat is very mean, saying that it's never too early to start an education on just how crappy the world is. My response was, the world needs more rogues. And that's an origin story.
Yeah.
Eh,
Origins, heroic
Yeah.
A
beginnings.
group of
Oh.
adventurers saved me from my own parents by buying me
Okay.
away from the old lady. Definitely gonna turn me into mincemeat.
Sorry. What do you want?
We want to help you.
How can you help?
In order to help, we've got to ask some questions first. But we also need you to be healthy. Please, take a berry. I've already produced them.
Fine. She'll take it and kind of very waringly look at it. But she'll see Ismark and Irina with you. Again, helps quite a bit for your image.
Yay.
And so she will take it. And how can I help you?
We want
Her
to
voice
know
is kind of airy and a little bit harsh from her crying.
what do you know about what happened here?
My daughter, Gertruda, ran away.
I imagine very confused looks amongst the party.
Did you ever see an old woman pushing a cart? Selling pastries.
I've seen her come by. She has knocked. I've never answered.
Before your daughter ran away, did you notice the old woman nearby earlier that day? Did she knock on the door at all?
Do not think so.
Do you know what the business that lady carries out? I just went pure Russian there.
I some sort of peddling, I assume.
Hmm.
My daughter ran away, so I do not see any proof.
Can you say that last line again?
Oh, sorry. No, they cannot find any proof.
Well,
Well,
what happened with... I just... Why would she run away from you?
I do not know.
insight.
Yeah, roll an insight.
Everyone lies.
I mean,
That's not too bad. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, you believe that she has an inclination. You think that whether it like you think that she has uh an idea as to why she ran away.
Look, I will be completely honest with you. We've come here investigating this woman we've asked you about, and promises to help you, but it might be that these two occurrences are completely coincidental. But we need all the information from you, so we can also help you.
We found this old woman taking a child away to somewhere else.
And we do not know where.
I do not know about if it was the old woman. My daughter wanted to see castle for some reason.
You see the
I
castle?
never. Yes, she wanted to see Castle Ravenloft. Never let her. Too dangerous. And now, I fear she has gone. I do not know about the old woman.
Boy. Whatever the circumstances, I believe I speak for everyone when we share in your grief. The loss of a child is never great. It's never good. We will do our best to keep our eyes out for your lost child.
Would you look for her as you find these other children?
Aye.
You.
If we happen to the
Yeah.
castle as well, we could ask about that in the future.
Yes.
I know that she. is a good child, but you do see her. And you tell her that she can come back and give her this doll. Know that I sent you.
It would be my pleasure, ma'am.
Okay. You can take the doll. She will hand you the doll. You want to look at this doll, or do you want to look at it
Yes.
later?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
she hands me this doll. I'm looking at the doll.
Okay. The malformed doll has a strange leer and wears a sackcloth dress. She would explain to you that it was mine as a child, and I gave it to Truda when I had her. If you look around the dress, you can see stitched into the hem of the dress the frayed tag bearing the words, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
What?
There's
Is no
fun,
fun,
there's
is no Blinsky.
Can you spell that?
Blinsky.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Blinsky.
Just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Is no fun,
Okay.
is no Blinsky. Is stitched into a tag on the hem of the dress.
Interesting.
So Joey, I will give you in your inventory
This better
this
not be a heavy
malformed
doll.
Congratulations.
Malformed doll. It's not heavy. Okay.
No, it's not. It's
Not.
just a doll. It is
Oh,
just
jeez.
like I said,
Rude.
it's very reminiscent of like a voodoo doll, where it's just a very plain doll. It's got eyes and a mouth, but it's a very like almost like a Raggedy Ann type doll. I guess Raggedy Ann would be probably a better equivalent than a voodoo doll.
But
It's like
more
a
creepy.
malformed Raggedy Ann doll,
Okay. Here for it.
but in like a sackcloth.
If people get this reference, I'm imagining the little doll that Mulan finds when they go to
Oh
that one
yeah.
town.
That'd be,
So,
yeah.
yes, yeah, that kind of.
That's how I envision it. With the
Yeah.
"is no fun, is
Yeah.
no Belinsky" on the tag.
Yeah, it's on the tag.
Sure.
So there you go. That is that. Thank you for at least looking.
We will try our best.
Thank you. And so Irene will go, or Ismark will go. I think we've bothered her enough. Let's let her be.
Mhm.
So he'll not push you out, but kind of like encourage you all to kind of leave and let her be. Now that you guys have gotten what he believes that you're going to be able to get out of this,
Yeah.
and that it doesn't seem to be tied to the current investigation.
I
But it
certainly
could be.
hope
He
that
doesn't know
she
that
did
for
not
sure.
get taken. Yes.
Um,
All right, to the
but-
other family's house then, maybe.
Should I lock the door behind us?
Probably.
Ismar goes, it would be best.
It would be
Aye.
polite to do so.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
give me a minute.
To break in
Yep.
here.
Take it easy enough. I'm not even gonna make you make a check to relock the door.
I just don't want to see a one. Okay.
Fair enough.
Nice.
So so you guys can make your way out, and make your way down, toward the house. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious.
While we're walking, I want to ask, Zila, what are your thoughts on all this so far? What do you think is going on?
I don't like any of this. And the parents to Lucian, I don't think would be wise for me to enter their house because I cannot be held responsible for what I might do to them.
I guess it would depend on what they're actually going to say. But perhaps it would be a better thing if we did something
Yeah,
to
she's not
prevent this from happening
happy.
again. We shall see.
Ideally, I would
Are we
very much
talking
like to
about
figure
mud?
out. I would like to find out exactly what is going on. I don't like any of this.
Right. Well, let's do just that.
Right.
We're walking.
So you guys find out Ismark is at least aware of who the child is.
I assumed.
They're the Jarov, Jarov family. And he'll walk you guys where the house is, because obviously he knows these people. He knows where their houses are. He's the burgomaster. It's his job to know
Yes, one job.
who lives in the city and keeps track of things. It's now his job.
Yes.
It was his dad's, but he was learning how to do it from his dad. So he knows at least the influential people. He doesn't necessarily know every single person yet, but he knows people that would be notable. AKA. And so you guys can walk up to the door. And actually Ismark will be the one that will walk up and knock on the door. And you will the door will open and there will be a gentleman standing there in fairly ragged clothing, more ragged than the bartender. Like the bartender wasn't in necessarily ragged clothing, but like this guy's in pretty ragged clothing. More akin to what you saw Mary wearing. And you can hear screaming of children in the background, as at least in my experience, when you have people with young children, they scream and
Yeah,
they're
happens.
playing. So
Sure.
you hear children screaming and playing in the background as this guy opens the door. What do you want? I don't know where that voice came from, but we're going with it.
Love it.
It works.
I don't know where these voices are coming from tonight, man. Oh,
Mhm.
they're just coming out of nowhere.
Great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of
Tonight's
being a
not
DM.
the RP night.
Got some voice bangers happening tonight.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to shut the door now.
Is Eastmark talking? Or
No,
is
no.
he-
I thought the
Okay.
Burgermeister would
Yeah.
be like.
He roll me insight checks on him right now.
All of us?
Yes. If you're
Ah,
if
that's
you
not good.
are seeing this interaction,
Well, I mean, we're all seeing it.
I gotta roll. I need some water.
Eastmark looks like he's about ready to deck this dude.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Zila
Eastmark's
wants
not
to
happy.
help.
Mhm.
Oh.
Eastmark rolled a 1. He's not hiding this.
Mm.
So you can see Eastmark has got his finished list like ready to deck this guy. If nobody says anything.
What is a dream
Nope.
pastry?
What do you think they're for? They're for dreaming.
And
Oh.
Must be
dreams are
pretty-
worth your children?
Yeah, exactly. Must be pretty good to give up a child. for,
Apparently,
right?
you ain't been here long enough to experience the dreams. He does not say ain't. I just can't. That's my natural vocabulary. It's not. It makes him sound like like a southern draw. It's not what he's supposed to sound like.
It's fine. He sounds like
I
an
can't help
asshole.
it.
It
He's
works.
from Southern Barovia.
I mean, it
That's
works.
awful.
We're
It
good.
works.
You are
but
making
the
it so hard for me right now.
Thanks. So
Apparently, you ain't had those dreams that they have around here.
And
I'm just gonna make him southern. I'm just gonna lean into it. He's just gonna be southern.
And
No, not yet,
apparently
but
you
the-
don't know how to father your children.
If you're even a father at all.
What are you, you blue thing?
Wow, how impressive. You know, I probably could have thought of something
very
much
creative.
better than that. But no. Go on. Fling your insults like you fling your children out of your home for a fucking pastry. No, that's great. That's great. This is good. It shows
They know
what
why
you
they're
really
here.
are.
How
They
fucking
know why they
dare
are here?
you?
Let's see. We're gonna do.
I will call non-existent
No,
child
hold on.
services on you.
Where is this at? Where
Who is
this
buying
at?
these pastries? Is it just
Barovian
you, or is there
CPS.
somebody else with these children inside this household?
Hold on. I need
Oh,
to.
hey, thanks for the follow, AJ. I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know
do
you weren't following.
this.
Appreciate it.
You see Eastmark deck the guy.
Like, wow.
Alright, inspiring.
Yes, more of this.
Whoa, can we put them in chains?
That is his job. I don't know. We're not authorities. We're just helping. But
I mean,
I-
he did give you all authority.
that's true. We do have authority. Speaking.
You do have the authority from the Burgomaster to be
Think of a
investigating
few
this and
creative
doing.
things that I could do.
All right. Who else is buying these pastries inside this household? Who else is here doing this? Is it just you?
So
After I got
he
his
is
face.
like, this guy is stunned as Eastmark just decked him. And I need to hold on. I need to look at something here real quick.
Oh, are you looking
Oh no, okay,
Pets
so
of a
that
level 1 villager.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
This-
like,
this
I-
dude is knocked cold.
Thank God.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah,
Cool.
that's yeah. Well, like general,
I was like, what's his hit points?
like
Oh.
like 4. Like
Never mind
general
then.
people have like
General-
one, like
has
1 to
4.
5 health.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he has a +3 strength mod.
All right.
Knocked
We
this
will
dude
deal with him
out.
later.
yeah. Because even
I'm
if you're not
the
trained
only
in it,
one.
it does like
I'm going in the house.
1d4 plus.
You're going in the
Plus-
house.
Going in.
Yeah, it's
I'm
1d4
following.
plus strength.
Yeah.
Or no, it's 1 plus your strength. If you're
Oh,
not
that's right.
trained.
It's
It's
flat
1d4 if
one.
you're trained.
Right.
Yeah, so flat 1 plus strength. Well, his strength is 3, so plus 1 is 4. This dude has 4 hit points. He knocked him out cold. And
Hmm.
you
Yeah?
you hear the this woman in the background go, "Here, who's at the door?"
I'm
And
walking in
you
the
see a
house
woman
as I'm walking
come.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, you see a woman walk around the corner. As you see Ismark grabbing this dude and like firemen's carrying him
Mhm.
like up on his shoulder. Ismark is done. Uh, um, and so she goes, what's happening?
You must be the other parent of these children. Come on over here. We have questions for you.
Refuse to
Jesus
call these
Christ.
parents.
And suddenly the
Parent is a
party is
loose
no
term.
longer a good party.
Mm,
He goes, I don't think I want to.
Too bad.
And
I will escort her
and
up to the doorway.
let's see, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Now I need to do this. The
It is subjective here. Y'all be
Uh,
whooping some bad parents' asses.
so-
Yes.
you will. This is hilarious. Let's see. Do you? Ah, dang it. It didn't work. So as you're guessing this is the, and you bring her up, hold on, this is, please roll better this time. Okay. So as she begins, like, she's like, no, I don't think I'm going to, and you're trying to escort her out. She's, gonna resist a little bit. Irina will walk up and try and slap her, and the villager will stop her. But she doesn't stop the other hand across the face.
Mm,
yes.
Doesn't knock her out, but definitely throws her for a loop. At which point you are then able to, do what you need to with her. Irina will, at that point, go back and try and for the kids. As you guys can now escort both
I
of
will
the
escort
parents.
her over next to Zila, who will help me with this matter of keeping her from running away. So
Yes. Gladly.
Um,
Can I run around the house real quick? I'd like to search around for this pastry.
Sure. Go ahead. Roll me an
Mm.
investigation check, please.
My
Okay.
God.
Because it has been a
I'm-
little bit of time since this occurred. So it's not necessarily going to be right there in the open.
Yes. And as I'm running around this house, I'm gonna grab Mikhail by the hand as best as I can and be like, come with me, come with me. We're going to look
Okay.
for this pastry.
All right, let's go. I'll assist.
Yes, find the
Everything.
drug muffin.
Yep.
with whatever
So
investigation.
advantage on
Oh,
your perception,
I
Joey?
don't- Perception?
Perception.
Or advantage on investigation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Advantage on your investigation. I
Yeah.
apologize.
So hey, I'm gonna be the smart guy for once. I'm giving myself guidance.
Hey. look at
Yay.
that.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
I think if you click guidance, I think it'll actually automatically give you that D4 as an effect. It should. It's a spell written by them. It should automatically do it.
Play actions,
Targets and all that
guidance.
stuff.
There's guidance to me. Okay. Well, let's see how
Okay.
this works.
Alright.
Now, theoretically, when you roll this, it should roll.
And it's with advantage, investigation. I'm gonna need all these bonuses. Investigation.
Yeah, with the way you've been rolling.
Well, I
Wow,
also
it
got
didn't.
plus
That's
1.
Hey,
surprising.
there you go.
Good. Okay.
Okay, go ahead
and a
and
D4.
add your D4.
Hey.
So
Nice.
as you're looking around the place, you are able to find a little
Hmm.
a little tiny almost like a little pie.
Like a
This-
Walmart-sized pie, the dollar ones.
kind of.
pies.
So the way they describe it is like a mincemeat,
A tart.
or like, or Joey in our case, it looks like a runza.
Okay.
For us,
Oh, what?
kind of thing.
Yes.
Runza,
Nebraska
it's a
thing.
Nebraska thing. Well, runzas are technically German. They're technically a German dish. But we have a restaurant
Oh.
only in Nebraska, and I think there's one in Kansas and one in Iowa, right across the
that-
borders. It's called runza, where they're famous for these runza sandwiches.
It's
But they're basically like a piece of dough with meat and cabbage inside.
it's like a oh god, Italian food. It's like a oh god, it's like a stromboli, but not really.
Yeah, it's so it's, what it is it's just like a fresh dough, and you ground up hamburger,
It's like
onion, and cabbage,
like
and you
a-
stuff it in the dough, and then you roll it up and like fold it over, and you
Yeah.
make like a little. It's either long or they're round. Depends on how you choose
Yeah.
to make them.
I'm looking at anyways, I'm sorry. Yeah,
They're
okay.
they're
It
well.
looks
I don't really.
good.
I'm not
It's
a
like
huge fan
a
of them, but
like a
those are
hollowed
delicious.
out sub roll.
Try
Kind
it
of.
once.
Kind of.
Look for this.
It's a
Um,
pastry. Yeah.
Oh, next in
Well,
Nebraska.
no, I'm saying that's what they look like.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
saying that's
Gotcha,
what it
gotcha.
is. That's just what it
Okay.
looks like.
Right,
That's an
right, right,
equivalent
right.
to it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we
Um,
found a pastry.
So
Yeah.
you found what you find is about 5.
Oh.
5.
You never said that the child was only worth 1 gold.
That's
She says she sells them for 1 gold.
Oh, so she gave us a discount for the
No, you
Okay.
cut the stupid thing away, and she wasn't gonna fight a bunch of
Oh, never mind, a little bit. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we extorted her for the child.
And I got my gold
She
back.
didn't have much of a choice when you started prying everything off.
Mm-hmm.
give us the child.
Fuck her.
That was
Yeah.
not for you.
Yeah, so you find the
Drug muffins.
you find this pastry that what you're aware of is that it gives people good dreams. What do you want to do with this pastry now that you have one? Actually,
Well,
you have 5 technically.
I am immediately assuming Mikhail is around, so
Well, yeah, he was helping
Yeah.
you.
We were searching together, so
yeah. There's a devious part of me that wants to try and sleight of hand to keep one, and I'm gonna go with it.
Do it. Do it.
Wow.
Wow.
All
That's
right,
actually a good roll.
Mikhail, roll
everything
perception.
is site-based, so I'm not.
I'm only
Oh no.
1. Give me
Woohoo!
1.
Ooh.
Ah,
Okay.
there were 4. You found.
I'm sure nothing bad will come of this.
Oh, I'm sure
Totally fine.
shenanigans will come up.
Totally fine.
Oh, I am looking forward to the shenanigans that are going to
Oh,
come
yes.
of this.
Yep. So
gonna be
in my
fun.
inventory, I'm adding drug.
I have one. Hold on. I have a parcel to give you.
Okay. Okay.
It will look unidentified though. Do not identify it because there are special properties to it that will show up in it. But do not identify it. It will show up as treasure.
Gotcha. Dream pastry.
Yep.
Okay.
It is
AKA
unidentified, so you do not know what it does.
Hmm.
But it is there.
Gotcha. I understand.
What if you?
I think I'm the only one that can unidentify,
That's
or
so.
I think I'm the only one that can identify things. I don't think you have the power to.
What
Okay.
That's a weird question.
Yes.
Yes.
completely just came to my mind. What if you gave this to like a Kalashtar that couldn't sleep? They don't dream.
That's why I'm taking one. We're gonna find
I
out
know,
some
like
weird
you
stuff
can
on this
Okay,
dream,
we'll just
thing.
be a delicious
but
pastry
like
then.
certain races can't dream. Anyways, it's just continue.
Does it cost sleep?
Anyway,
Anyways.
Mikhail, would
If
you
it does.
mind holding on to these 4 for me?
Yes, I suppose so.
Yes,
Alright.
What are
all
you planning
I
on doing
appreciate
later?
Okay. So while that happens, head over to
Mm.
Drosa and Zila and Irina and Ismark. Or no, Irina's with the
point.
children.
Good point,
So cut over
AJ.
to the other 3 of you. Drosa, Zila, I guess Zophie's over there too. So the 3 of you and Ismark, with the unconscious man over Ismark's shoulder, and the woman with a now like handprint right across the side of
Big
her
old
face.
red spot. Yep.
Big old red handprint.
Mhm.
Good.
Considering it does 1 damage out of 4, I thought pretty hard hit.
Needs a short rest to recover that
Yeah.
with her 1 hit dice.
So, all right, what is happening with this group?
Well, Ismark,
Fuck.
wherever we are taking them,
Wherever
away from
the
these poor children.
jail
Is
is.
there a prison here?
Um,
Detention center.
uh,
Uh,
so you say we had a jail. Nobody's been there for a while. Probably still is okay.
is there?
Love
Um,
everything about that sentence.
So, he's gonna lead you up. See that building that's like off to the top north of the
Mm-hmm.
map? Of myself. Yeah, that's gonna be our jail.
This one?
Okay.
This one.
Or that
This
one.
Okay.
Okay.
All
One
right,
that's off by
fair.
itself, away from
Yeah,
the city. That's gonna be our jail.
Sure, that makes sense.
Sure. It is now. It is now the jail of Barovia.
Great.
All right.
Canon.
And so he'll take you over there, and Irina will stay back with the children and try to kind of gather them up and try to take them around to places that they might be able to stay, considering there's 4 other children.
There's 5 of them, yeah.
Because he said there was 5 more of them, which included himself. Lucian was including himself in
Okay.
it. And he said, brothers. So in total, this family had 7 children,
Mm-hmm.
including Lucian and the 2 that have disappeared. So there are 4 other children that Irina now has to find a place to put for
I
the
think I'm
time
gonna
anyway.
stay with Irina and be like, okay.
Okay, so you 2
I-
stay with Irina.
Yeah.
You want
Yep.
you 2 can stay with Irina and help her usher children, because so you have 1 child who's probably like
That's a
10.
lot of children to be at once. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 child's probably like 10. Then you had Lucian, and then the other 3 are all like 5 and on.
Yeah, Jesus.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
like they're young. Point of note, like the parents don't look that old. These these parents are probably late 30s, early 40s at most. Parents are not that old.
Okay.
So you imagine they've been cranking out babies for this stuff quickly.
Yikes.
And so you 2 can help usher, and it'll probably take. I'll cut back over to the rest of the party here because that'll be RP interaction. That'll take a lot longer. But for you guys, it'll probably take you about 2.5 hours to find people in the village that will take the children.
Okay. I'm attempting to like I'm talking quietly to Irina, like 5 is different than what? is there anyone in the village who could take them more long term? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, is there someone
I
who
know.
is
I
older and doesn't
know.
have kids
Yes.
anymore, or someone who wanted them and never had, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Well, there
Yes.
has to be someone.
Off the top of my head, I don't know for sure, but for now, if we can just get them somewhere safe, and then we can find a more permanent place for them. But for now, I think it would be best to get them somewhere safe, and then
All right.
figure out, get to the bottom of this first before we decide to give them to a person who may fall to the same situation.
I suppose.
If they are split up, there's less chance of someone falling into the same temptation for now, anyway.
I suppose.
So, as you guys look around, as you guys continue to look, um, the rest of you, he's going to start waking your way up to the jail. And hold on. Sela. Guess what?
Yes?
You're gonna hear something in your mind for the first time since you came to Barovia.
You. All right. Let me get my notepad up. I'm so
Hey.
excited. Hold on. Need to turn on word wrap for this. Lay it on me.
Hold on, I gotta get the voice again. Zila, it has been some time. You think you can avoid me forever? You may have stopped me for now, but you will not win. You are no better than I.
Okay, can I respond?
Yeah, it functions the same way it always has in your brain. This is just the first time it's happened
Hasn't.
since you've been here.
What the hell are you doing here?
Wouldn't you like to know? You
Backstory
can
stuff,
always
AJ.
come and find out for yourself.
Backstory.
And bring your friends too, if you wish. I'm sure they would love to meet my daughters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't hear if you said anything back or if you're just thinking. I just want to make sure.
That's probably. I had muted my mic.
Oops.
Okay.
Okay, she responded with, "You've never had any daughters, and you will let them go."
I had a daughter years ago, but she ran away. Now I have new ones that are much more obedient.
Okay, you got me with that one, Sean. You got me with that one.
This is
I
fine.
appreciate
This is
it.
fine.
What you guys see going on right now on Zila's face is it's a mixture of anger and terror.
That's a question.
Yes, what's the question?
So, we have a telepathic link of sorts.
Yes, you do.
Do I feel any of that? While this is going on, do I feel any of that, like, weirdness that Zila had described to me in the past?
I don't think so. If I remember right, the link does not intercept with her talking to you. If I remember your story, your backstory correct, Zila?
Correct.
They don't. It's almost like they're two
Hirsch.
different types of interaction.
I'm
Like
more
they're two
so,
different channels.
I'm more so talking about what was like happening in the house.
Oh, of that like listening in type
there
of feeling?
Any of that?
No.
Kind of. Okay. All right. I don't expect to hear their telepathic conversation.
Yeah, no. There's you did not hear any of that.
Okay. Anyways, continue
Or
with
sorry,
your...
you don't feel any of that.
Yeah, continue with your horrible, everything is bad.
Everything is awful. Everything's not cool.
When you're part of a team.
Hey.
I feel like the roaster would notice like the weird look and be like, "Are you all right?"
I feel like I would pick up on that too.
Mm-hmm. Like this is is
Go
something
ahead.
wrong?
Tell them that you hear me and see what they say.
Up. We are going to rescue those kids. Does she respond back? Am I coming through on my mic?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
hear
no,
you. We hear you.
Okay.
You're good.
You came. Sorry, yeah, no, you came through and she did not reply.
Okay.
She's just enjoying messing with you.
Zila is definitely like stunned, angry, and terrified all at the same time.
Is everything okay, Zila?
Not now.
Zila?
Not right now, Zophie. I need to process something.
Okay. Are you like visibly shaking?
Yes.
I had a feeling.
He is
That was quick.
visibly shaking.
Sophie's just gonna kind of... Sophie's gonna hug you?
She lets you hug her.
I don't say anything. I just try and calm you down till you're not shaking anymore.
No.
Might take a while.
No, this is.
Yeah, it's been a day for her.
I feel back and
just
forth
say,
with
it's
I'm
things I
still
don't know.
escorting the
It's things
lady
I don't
up to the
know.
jail
Yeah, I was
cell.
gonna say, just as
This
a
is-
point of note, Eastmark is not paying attention to this. He has his hands full. He is very much set on what he's doing. He is continuing to walk. Not that you have to. He is just going to continue walking and is
I'm
not
still
paying.
walking with the wife, but I'm looking back for a second and be like,
Yeah.
okay.
There's nothing
Things
wrong
are
with it.
good.
It's just he is very much distracted and
Yeah.
that is not something he is
I
paying attention
just
to.
think
He is
you're really
doing his job.
I just think you're really upset about these children and these shitty parents. I don't know your full backstory because you haven't told me, so for all I know, this hits home.
in more ways than one.
More ways than one, man.
Look, he said you were gonna get trauma today, so he wasn't wrong.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hope I delivered. Anyway.
Yep. So you guys will he'll get you guys into the jail and let's go ahead and call it there because it's almost 1 a.m. here, 2 a.m. for the East Coast. people's.
course you would leave
and-
it off there. Okay.
And it's a
Uh-huh.
good spot to stop too,
This is a
because now
pretty
you're gonna
spot.
get into you're gonna get more lore stuff coming up that I want.
Lower dump income.
I don't want to
Yeah,
lose the cut of this to go right into lore of more things. So
that makes sense.
Appreciate
good
this. This
spot.
gives me time to think of stuff. Thank you.
you have I have been planning
We're
this
gonna have some questions next
this
time.
hag
I
thing.
are, aren't ya?
Oh my god.
I have been planning it. I was like, and then when you're like, oh yeah, she has this, you told me she has a soft shoulder. I was like, you have no idea. I was like, I don't even have to go outside the story to do this.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's hags
Good
built
there.
into Strahd. That
Mhm.
There are, and there is no
there sure are.
timeline listed as to when they got there. So I was like, ooh, free reign.
and
That's
drop.
Yep.
I really thought we were gonna get to Madame Eva today.
So
Nah,
close.
I
We
thought
nope.
so
almost got
too.
there. We almost got
I-
our way.
I
We're on the way
I
out
knew
of
going into
town.
this. I knew going into this, knowing what I had planned.
I'm
I knew
gonna.
you were not going to get
No,
to
of
Madame
course.
Ava
That's
this week.
I-
we're gonna go and handle, save children and shit.
Here,
Makes sense. I
just
love
I
it.
very
knew-
briefly.
We're not just gonna,
No,
leave the
that's
children
great.
be.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
knew full well that this was going to be another big RP. This was going to be. I knew this was going to be another big RP session. That's the whole thing with
Okay.
Strahd. Like, yeah, there's battles, there's things that'll happen, but Strahd is very RP heavy
Not RP.
in a lot of ways.
I
A lot of things
delivered.
can be
Hey.
I hope I
RP.
delivered. I
The
hope you
more
guys
we
enjoyed
talk, the less
that.
I'm dying, so it's cool.
Well,
I
exactly.
hope you
like,
enjoyed Angry Zila because you don't get much
Enjoyed it.
emotion out of her typically.
No, that
so
was
today was very
great.
interesting. Thank you.
Liked it.
all right,
Yeah, that
give me
was
just a sec.
Angry Zila was fun to roleplay with. Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have no
Adorable.
idea. I haven't kept notes for the past 15, 20 minutes. I'll
I have
fill
not. I
this
got
out
the
later.
notes.
You were busy.
I got notes for you if you need more notes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been busy freaking out since.
Okay. I have really gotta go. I'm so fucking tired.
okay.
Have a good
Good.
night.
I
Good
need to
night.
go to sleep. All right. Good night. Bye, guys. That was fun.
Bye.
Yep, I'm just
Yeah.
finding someone to quickly raid.
No, I didn't raid. I just ended.
She out.
My brain go boop.
Fair, fair. Let's just.
Sean,
go
I hope you
ahead.
enjoy the gifts that I sent you during the campaign and everything.
Oh, I 100% did.
I'm gonna deafen real quick. All right, well, thanks for coming out, AJ. I'll see you on Sunday for Verdant, where we get to have a lot of fun there with the Verdant bullshit. Should be fun. See you then. Raid out. Bye.
When
So,
you
yeah.
write me like that, it makes
Is
me.
there anything else you guys want to ask him? Brings you back?
I'm just not gonna silently do that. Thank you for the rage.